Good evening, everybody. Don't adjust your sets. Don't adjust your Twitch stream. Little different lineup tonight. Little different game. We are having a one shot in honor of our very own Mac's birthday. With me tonight, we have the birthday girl, Mac, Greg, Katie, Josh, as always, our producer joining us as a player, Nathan, and a guest from our sister stream, Scott. Glad to have everybody here tonight. Let's have an adventure. Remy, you stand in a cold, dark rectory lit by candlelight. The walls are lined with books, tomes, scrolls. The desk is covered in many neat stacks of paper, about as high as you are tall. Um, Across the desk sits from you Quarter Chaplain Gilliam. He is the person in your order responsible for uh, all of the payroll, as well as all of your charitable givings, real property holdings, but you don't deal with him very often. What you know of him, he's a tidy, Spartan, stoic sort of man, very matter of fact. Uh, he's elvish, so you can't really tell how old he is, and he just sits there, clicking away with his ink quill, occasionally dabbing it into the well, making more notes, till finally he sets it down, looks over his glasses at you, says, Brother Romankov, what can I do for you?
Brother, I have been loyal in my service to our order for, goodness, is more than 10 years now. I believe you would know better than I, being in charge of our payroll and all.
10 years and 35 days.
Just so. And in all this time, I have been glad to be of good service to our order and all around us, but has been long time since I took sabbatical, I suppose. Time to travel and to reflect. Is my 42nd birthday coming very soon, and well, you know how they say is very important.
42nd, yes, that's a very important birthday. Life, the universe, and everything, as it were.
They say you learn all these wonderful answers to these very important questions, and I feel it would be unwise for me to sit here and wait for these answers to come to me. I feel it would be wise for me to seek them out.
Well, yes, our order always encourages people to go out into the world and spread the word of the seven. Uh, so, will you be taking your full 2 weeks?
I may request slightly longer time, if only because I have not used any in all 10 years and however many days you said.
So, I'm sure that you've done your reading of scripture. Have you done your reading of Employee Handbook?
Most definitely, I understand back to front. I could not be Knight Captain of Guard otherwise.
And you understand then that vacation time, paid time off, accrues at a fortnight per year, but doesn't roll over into the next year.
I do understand this. Is only well, I do not know that would be enough time. I understand is good period of leave, but small extension would be very appreciated.
Well, let me see what I can do. And he takes off his glasses, stands up, straight,
Спасибо, спасибо,
straightens him,
товарищ.
straightens his robes. I'll have to talk to the prior, and Follow me this way. We'll get working on your stipend, and we'll see what accommodations we can make. And he gestures you towards the door as he opens it into the larger vestibule.
Remy will follow after.
Upon which you see 6 of your closest friends.
Oh,
Katie, will you introduce your character, please?
Sure. Rish is probably half asleep on the wall waiting.
this is common.
Very tall, just about 6 foot tall, half orc cleric, just kind of leaning, holding a warhammer that probably, as the door opens, clatters onto the floor. Surprise!
Oh,
Привет, товарищ.
Scott, will you tell us who you will be playing tonight?
kind of like leaning against this really oversized large crossbow is this kind of autumn colored Eladrin elf, also in similar regalia as Remy's coming out of this order, and kind of looks over at Remy and tries to get a look at their face. Like, are they excited? Are they disappointed? You see Lannis, this Eladrin, kind of going like, so the Shahad, that doesn't look like it went so well.
No, I'm pretty hopeful. I think it'll be all right, I think. I'm glad you came.
Joshua.
A wildfire person as well as a wildfire druid. A fire genasi who wears a leather vest that maybe he outgrew a few years ago, and those buttons are doing a lot of work, but they're holding up for now. He's got a smile on his face and is probably the loudest at saying happy birthday when Remy walks out of the office.
Спасибо, Ezra, мой друг. Thank you.
Nathan, who will you be playing tonight?
Out from what he thinks is the shadows jumps a couldn't be more than 16-year-old youth trying to grow a beard. It's like it's got like a little patchy soul patch there. He's wearing like a fedora type thing in all leather. It is not in fashion at all. There's nothing around here. He jumps out and immediately starts like shadow boxing with Remy. Like,
Keeping me on my toes, Chuck. Come on.
Welcome to the presence of Chuckster.
It's always pleasure and honor.
We hit the road.
I'm very excited. Should be very soon.
And Gregory, who will you be piloting through our little adventure?
I'll be piloting a monk, a little bit younger than Remy. He's sort of feeding off the energy of this youngster here. He'll approach surprise and give a few jabs at Remy.
You almost got me there. Come on. Remy picks him up in a big hug. Oh, it's excellent.
10 years, Jesus.
Long time to be here. I'm glad to be here.
Brother Romanikov, of course you know we have fun here. And
Yes, sir.
that was a jape. After over a decade of devoted, faithful, and leal service, of course you are entitled to all of the paid time off that you've requested. And as such, we also would like to appreciate not only your service, but also pay mind to the special nature of this birthday of yours. So if you'll follow me outside.
Certainly.
And the quarter chaplain gestures to a stunning bay roan horse. This palfrey is to accompany you on your travels. At this age, it's customary for one to get themselves a new form of transportation, and we thought that the sweet gait of this horse would do nicely for someone in your condition. Of course, you can name her whatever you like. She is yours.
Oh, she is lovely. Oh, come, I must meet her so I can name her properly. Hello, lovely. Привет, привет. Come here.
Remy, 7 blessings upon you. And for those of you who are accompanying on this trip that Remy is taking, if you don't have your own form of transport, then there's the wagon. And there's a wagon hitched up with two draft horses. Anybody that is employed by the order would be familiar with Beto and Ernesto, the draft horses. And there's a donkey as well with some equipment packed onto his back. His name is Doctor.
Of course. Remy's got apples for each and every one of these. Like, he has them just out of his pack. Nobody knows where he keeps them. He just always has them whenever he's interacting with the horses from around the order's headquarters. So there's one for each of these and for this beautiful bay.
It's certainly the time of year for it, so it's a beautiful time for the apples. The horses get fed better than most of us these days.
We have enough to go around, thankfully, that most of us do not need to go hungry.
Just one more thing before you leave. He hands you a bag of what you can assume from the jingle is a bit of silver for spending along the way, and this as well. You said you were heading west, so I took the liberty of marking a few locations along the Queen's Road that are worth checking out for a tourist such as yourself, or a traveler, should I say. And he hands you a parchment map with some rough scribbles along the Queen's Road and not a ton of description of what each of them are.
It's all right. That's what the adventure is for. That's what the journey is for. This is marvelous. Brother, spasibo, thank you. And he, like, straight up, like, just bear hugs this man. He is so warm and affectionate. Just
So
big,
huggy.
huge hug from this big bear man. Pats him on the shoulders. This will make this trip.
7 blessings, Brother Remy.
And 7 blessings to you as well.
Is there anything else anyone would like to do before starting your journey?
Yeah, before we start moving, Risha's going to slowly go to the cart where she has stuff in it already.
Nice.
Remy, come here. I don't want to. I'm not carrying this over to your horse. Just gonna hold up what looks like a modified bag of holding. Has backpack straps on it and a straw sticking out. It has that alcohol in it that you really like. Samogan. I don't know how to say it, but it's like a backpack, and it'll keep it cold for you can drink it while you're riding.
Oh, this is going to be marvelous journey. Yep, Remy picks you up, big hug, and twist and turn.
Great.
Oh my God!
If you can set me in the cart, then
I can do this. Remy will put Rish in the cart.
Thank you.
Better take it easy with that while you're riding.
And I will endeavor not to drive beautiful, lovely Bay into ditch somewhere. I promise. Only just got home.
That's it.
Anything else? Are we ready to hit the road?
Remy is trying on his backpack.
Let's hit the road.
We
Let's
clamber
go.
in.
The day drinking Remy. The sun has
You're trying-
It is a sip to taste only.
I'll be watching.
As you leave the priory, heading west, the freshly risen sun at your back, you head out across rolling hills for what seems like forever. This priory is set in the plains, and there isn't much to see. Uh, you see some haystacks. There's some farmers bringing in the last of their harvest: barley, rye, emmer wheat. Before winter sets in for real. Uh, but again, not much in the first, several leagues to see. As you travel over these hills, each night as the sun starts to set, you're able to find lodgings at various inns. Uh, Nothing fancy, but the music is loud and the ale is hearty.
That's how we like it.
A few days into your journey, you come across an unassuming little structure, seemingly in the middle of nowhere. It's one of the locations that's circled on your map. Outside of one of the small towns that you've passed through, outside of some of the small towns that you've passed through, all you've seen are barns and farmhouses. But this is a home that doesn't look like it's associated with a farm or any sort of trade. And the sign outside says, Madam Featherquill's More Than Mundane Curiosities. 3 copper per person.
Yeah.
There's one of things circled on map. What do you all think? Might be interesting thing to poke in, see what curiosities are there.
Why not?
Yeah.
Uh,
I
There's
mean,
no pressure of time.
this is following your lead here. If you're happy to stop along the way, do whatever makes you happy.
Oh. Well, if only because it's my midlife crisis, I suppose. Come on. Remy will kind of take off along the side of the road and find a good place for the horses to rest, along with the donkey, someplace that's nice and in the shade that they'll be comfortable resting in.
So if you try the door, it is locked, but there is a comically large door knocker.
Do you want me to burn it down?
Let us wait just one moment. Try one more thing first.
Can we at least knock first?
No one likes to make an entrance anymore.
Last time you made entrance like this, friend Ezra, we were not allowed back in last town we were invited to.
Fair point.
Remy will take the door knocker and knock a polite salutation.
You are, greeted is probably too strong of a word, by a small, older-looking gnomish woman. 3 copper per person.
Koniecznie. Remy will count out silver enough.
There's not on your birthday. There's no way you're paying for the rest of us. I think we can handle this. Thank you very much.
Oh, birthday. 4 copper.
It's fine.
Right.
It's fine. We have stipend from order, so it's okay.
Ezra, I'm regretting not
Do we really look like the rowdy
encouraging your
guy?
entrance.
I'll
count out for- I'll give the 4 copper for everyone.
Upon being paid, Madam Featherquill, as she curtly introduces herself, ushers you in quickly and closes the door behind you. And what you see is, to the best you can tell, maybe a shop, maybe a museum. Everything's dusty. Doesn't look like people come here very often. And the items are, despite what the sign says, pretty mundane looking. There's a pair of shoes, a smoking pipe. There's like some outerwear, but they're all in display cases. all of these items are sentient. And I think they're cursed. But they all have minds of their own, and they never shut the hell up.
Chucks looks up from attempting to touch everything in the room.
Oh no. Oh boy. Chucks, if you would be so kind as to keep hands at sides, please.
Oh.
What makes you think they're cursed? There must
Well,
be some story.
like I said, they never shut the hell up.
They
The
speak.
only thing they're good for is bringing in nosy people like you to pay me to see them.
Is
Supposed to be
cyanide
magical items, and they're wondrous, but I can't tell what they're good for. This here, and she picks up an ink pen. This is refers to himself as Lord Commander Bick. He says he's the greatest general who ever lived. He's a mighty warrior. All he does is spend his days writing treatises in battle tactics. And you hear the pen speak up. That's correct. I am the mightiest warrior who ever lived. Have you never heard the
You all are
expression?
hearing this as well, huh?
Have you never heard the expression that the pen is mightier than the sword? No, you could bring the biggest sword and lose due to tactics. You must keep your wit sharp, not your sword. See what I mean? So grandiose, so full of himself, never shuts up. And she tosses the pen back into its little display case. And these shoes here, they don't even get along. And this one is Dexter, and this one is Lefty.
Is the left one actually Lefty, or is the right one named Lefty?
The left one is named Lefty, and
Okay.
you hear from the left shoe. Oh, you're a big one. Step in me, Daddy.
I've had this invitation before.
Oh God.
And from the right, oh gods, here we go again. Please do not keep your nasty feet to yourself.
Of course. Is more than fine. You must have your space.
He's entirely too into feet. It's disturbing.
I think Lefty might be worth more than 4 copper.
You know?
I think Lefty's not been properly monetized. That might be a job for the trickster.
One cannot help what one is, you know?
I'm sorry, Mac. I didn't hear you. What did you say?
One cannot help what one is, you know? And I suppose if shoe fits.
We don't kink shame here.
Yeah, never. It's poor practice.
Well, you're welcome to walk around with one foot on, but you'll not be putting me on today.
Understood. Not today, perhaps, but some other time, maybe.
I told you they were all useless. This one here, she points to a smoking pipe, just a unassuming churchwarden pipe. This one, it's clearly a smoking pipe, but it swears up and down that it is not.
But does
Its
it
spirit
say
calls himself Rene. Calls himself Rene. Swears he is not a pipe.
No. He's not a pipe, but is pipe. But says he's not pipe.
He's clearly a pipe. Says he's not a pipe.
Sounds like the artsy type.
Very confusing.
But I must warn you, while everything here is useless, not everything is safe. You stay away from that one. And she points to a bust mannequin, and it's wearing an ascot. That's the only article of clothing on it. That tie, that necktie, has killed every man who's worn it. It's called the Cravata Cadavra.
Kieran subconsciously moves forward.
dying! Oh, that sounds terrible.
It's cursed with the soul of a serial killer, and it just strangles the life out of anyone who dares to wear it.
Goodness. why anyone would make such thing is beyond me.
I'm not sure who made any of these things, but I hope they're out of a job.
Seems
Lannis
they were
kinda-
very
They're probably
single-minded.
dead.
Most probably. If they invented that, definitely.
Lannis is leaning against like the only bit of bare wall he can find, kind of just looking at it. He's like, so you're saying some of this stuff is dangerous. Some of it is a little unhinged. All of it is cursed. What is the point of any of it? Is any of it for sale?
No, you can't buy any of it. People wouldn't come here and give me money if I sold it to you.
So we just look, no touch.
You're welcome to touch, but again, they all come with risks and dangers. This set of reading glasses. Some people need glasses to see. This one refuses to aid if it's already read the book. And it has read everything.
Oh, God.
Goodness.
All it does, if you put a book in front of it that it has read before, will complain loudly and tell you the end.
Oh dear. Efficient, but not very enjoyable. It's terrible to skip right to end.
And this one here, I actually don't mind this one. This one's fine. And it's a pretty fancy looking tricorn hat. That's it.
Huh.
It doesn't say anything. You can't even tell if it's magical. It just sits there, but it's a nice looking hat for
So,
a
anyone want to
stylish
try it
person.
on?
Definitely. Chuck is standing in front of it, just kind of concealing the fact that he's about to touch it.
Go ahead and give me a sleight of hand check.
Oh man.
I will say, Remy is kind of keeping a low-key eye out on Chuck.
Yeah.
Remy loves kids. He knows
I'm
kids.
just watching
this
to
is
see
a
what
place full
happens.
of trinkets. He knows what children do in places full of trinkets. They touch things.
Chuck's pretty good at this when he wants to be. I got a 28.
All right. Okay. All right.
Remy, go ahead and give me perception to see if you notice.
Take advantage on that. I give it up.
I mean, I have
Yeah.
advantage on perception checks.
There we go. Okay.
Anyway.
Perfect. I think-
So, let's see if D&D Beyond actually wants to play nice for me. Well, no, it didn't want to give me advantage on that one roll, so that's fine. I'll
Huh.
just roll twice.
There we go.
Well, no, actually, the better one is only a 19.
All right, so you don't notice, and before you can notice, Chuck's is wearing this hat.
Oh, good. Okay.
And Madam Featherquill sees him right away as soon as he puts it on. I don't know why you're being so sneaky. I told you could touch. Well, you know what?
Oh.
I thought I liked that one, but you're still ugly as hell, so it's not working.
Damn.
Was it supposed to make me pretty?
Well, it's a pretty hat. You're just an ugly boy.
Wow.
Yeah. Looks
Ooh,
on
she's
not
harsh.
everything.
And again,
Lannis is
there
gonna-
is no indication that this hat is magical at all. Every other item in here has, spoken to you or at least
Had a
glared
vibe.
menacingly. You felt bad vibes going off. This is just a fucking hat.
It's just a fucking hat.
Lannis pulls one of his crossbow bolts and just kind of brings it up to his lips and kind of blows a quick little series of whistles between the feathers as it comes out, just like a couple different pitches. And I'd like to cast detect magic and just see, as I imagine the room lights up, if the room lights up, if specifically though looking at the hat at the moment to see, does that?
Does
that
the
go?
hat have anything?
Nope, just a hat.
Just a
Just a
hat.
hat, and you get the
Everything
impression
else.
that this woman owns like 6 magic items and knows that that's not enough to like have a museum, so she's just padded it out with a couple extra items.
So there's like 6 magical items. Okay.
Yeah.
This is like all the ones she's pointed out to us.
It's the ones she's pointed out to you, and like there are various, maybe potions and tinctures and stuff on some shelves that glow faintly, but they're all things you could buy at the apothecary. Nothing the likes of a serial killer necktie or anything like that.
I'll lean over to Chuck and just kind of whisper. I do think most of the stuff here you could probably touch and be fine.
Well, we're gonna test that out then.
Maybe not the talking ones.
So
Not the menacing ascot.
after you've perused her little shop of let's just say run-of-the-mill objects, Madame Featherquill is looking increasingly impatient.
Okay, all right. Is lovely shop you have here. Wonderful museum. Very interesting pieces.
Yes.
Спасибо.
Thank you. You've each given me your 4 copper. Take your ugly boy and leave.
Very well. Спасибо for your time, dear lady.
I would assume that there's some sort of trinket or thank you gift for our birthday guests, considering we paid the extra birthday expense of the additional copper per person. Something to mark this event for our birthday.
Yeah, keep the hat. I can't look at it the same anymore.
Yes.
Is excellent. Tall well paid. Спасибо.
You're still a terrible person, but thank you for the hat.
Sometimes I'm nice to people. You'll always be ugly.
Jesus.
Goodness. You are such interesting old lady. I appreciate you so much. I suppose it's perhaps time we stop imposing upon your privacy. Thank
Yes.
you. Again
It'll be dark soon. If you don't leave now, you won't make it to the end. Go.
Farewell.
And as soon as the last of you is out, the door slams behind you. And you just hear various bolts clacking into place.
Jeez.
I was very tempted to touch that ascot. I was very tempted.
Same. I could still burn it down.
You should do that.
Is not kind. She is little old lady living in woods. She is probably just making
Well,
ends
she wasn't exactly kind.
Yeah, she could quit being ugly. I'll say that much.
Some keep ugly where sun does not shine. What can you say? He's fine though. Onwards we go.
The
We
sun
have
was shining
hats.
all over her ugly.
Oh, this is true. But look, we have hat. We have interesting experience. We have tales of aggressive objects from I don't even know where. Interesting stories.
That was
to
really
bring back
cool.
home.
Does anyone want popcorn?
You brought some?
Yes.
I'll take some.
Ezra didn't bring any popcorn, but did bring a single kernel, which he uses druidcraft to grow into a stalk of corn.
Wow.
And then he harvests the corns and then like channels some fire energy into one of them, and it all pops at once.
This is the kind of magical bullshit I live for. Yes. Спасибо.
I didn't bring any butter, but I got plenty of popcorn.
As good as manna from heaven.
Hold on. Does prestidigitation help with flavor?
It does.
It
does?
So?
Whoa.
It does.
Movie theater.
Prestidigitation is the most wonderful. Y'all, we stand a prestidigitation in this cult, okay?
All right.
Hell yeah.
Perfect.
So
Butter
with,
flavor. Go for it.
with freshly grown, freshly popped, and freshly buttered popcorn. You continue along the Queen's Road, and this is some of the first sign you've seen of something other than freshly reaped farmland. Off in the distance, you can see a tree line. It looks like you are coming up on a forest. And this is, after several days of journey, it's been farmland as far as the eye can see. Medieval Nebraska, as it were.
I thought we were in the Midwest.
And as you travel towards that tree line, you can see it's early December. It is the end of autumn. It's mostly stick season now, uh, but a few of the trees still have some colorful leaves on them, and you think to yourself, you know, how beautiful this would have been just a few weeks ago, and now it's less than it was. You wish you could have seen it earlier. It kind of reflect a little bit on aging and the things that you left behind you, and what's ahead. And it seems like you're traveling a while towards these trees. It's you thought you were a lot closer, and you don't seem to be. And after hours of traveling, you realize that forest looked a lot closer because it's absolutely enormous. These trees are impossibly large. They're hundreds of feet tall. And they look like regular old trees. Um, give me somebody, or as a group, give me a nature check.
I'm proficient and I have a total of +2 to this.
I would add a +0, so I will not contribute.
You sure you don't want
And
my
I rolled a
-1?
19, so 21.
Nice.
The druid can use.
Wow.
The
So-
druid knows the trees.
Ezra, you notice right away that these are enormous trees, but there's maples and apples and elms and walnuts, and these are all varieties of tree that you've seen elsewhere in the world, but these are many times taller. The six of you could not join hands and reach around the trunk of one of these.
Ezra will point at one of the fruit-bearing trees and say, "Look at the apples on that one."
And as you
Excessive.
say that,
Cannonballs.
give me Ezra, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
bud.
even better at those. I got a +3, so 14.
Ooh.
You say, look at the apples on that one, as a massive apple, easily the size of a cannonball, easily the size of a basketball if we were, if basketball was a thing in this world, falls, and you manage to sidestep and get out of the way, and only a little bit of it splatters on you when it hits the ground.
Ah.
A little late in the season,
Does it-
the apples are a little soft and
Oh.
squishy, and it kind of mushes when it hits the ground. Some of it splatters on you, but you
Cider
glad about it.
anyone?
Ezra will pick up some of like the good-looking parts of the apple and channel some more fire through it and make some applesauce. Thank you for your bounty. Great.
So kind.
Bounty.
The weird thing is, these trees are like really way too big.
These, I
Do-
mean, I do not know very much about trees, but these are much bigger than most trees are.
The road didn't get wider, did it?
No, same road travels on into the forest, and before you could see for leagues how the road traveled on, but now it kind of winds on, and once it goes around the first bend, you can't see it through the forest, but it's the same road you've been on.
Remy, is
Well-
there any sort of mark on the map at this point?
I will consult.
Deeper into the forest, there's a mark what looks like maybe some sort of village or something, but no note of the fact that these trees are big, unless maybe the trees on the map are drawn to scale.
It's not very common our map makers with order usually draw trees as big as they actually are on map, da? You have look at this. Because I do not believe they meant for those to look quite that big, because that might be how that actually would look that high up, but it looks like there is village in center right here. I don't know, is nothing mentioned here specifically about size of forest or anything?
Well, these trees aren't menacing. They're just big.
They are
Just
some
like me!
they are some big trees. So if you were to follow the Queen's Road into the woods, you imagine you could probably reach that village by nightfall, and maybe there's even a place to stay there.
Let's hope.
May
As
well
you
push on.
travel, you hear quite the commotion. I mean, it's a lot. Something's out there. Something big is out there, and it seems to be more than one and moving fast. You can't quite place
Aggressive?
the location of it. Left, right, up.
Does this sound like a flanking maneuver?
You're not sure what this sounds like. It sounds like a commotion. Whatever it is not trying to be stealthy. But it's making a bunch of noise, and it's moving fast.
It's just like moving fast through branches and stuff, and
Through branches, along the ground. You're not sure. It's up, it's down, it's left, it's right.
Does it seem like there's any unified
Is it
direction
Katy
this is
Perry?
moving, or is it just surrounding us?
There's some to the left of the road. There's some to the right of the road. There's some that are quite obviously up in the trees, and it sounds like some of them are down on the ground, rustling through these, these leaves that are each the size of an open book.
Can we tell about how far out?
Various distances.
Closest clipping, like within
Maybe 100
bounds
feet
of,
off
like,
the road.
nearest- Okay.
100 feet off the road, 100 feet up in the air.
Well, nothing is aggressing on us yet.
And-
Remy, any orders? Would you like me to set up?
At the sound of your voices, the noise stops. And a clicking, squawking sound comes out, like a bark. And a cacophony of barks. One side of the road, other side of the road, up in the trees.
Everyone,
I think we're
stay calm.
surrounded.
Pull together. Suckle up. Come on. We have practiced this. We can do this. Be careful. Watch each other's backs. Do not move unless we feel we are being aggressed upon.
Chucks holds the orc lady's hand.
All right.
Rish, just like tired babysitter.
Pat his head. New hat.
So, everyone roll me a perception check.
Okay. I'm going to do a physical one since the digital dice might have been kinder to me before.
I got
You
a
get
net one.
advantage.
I got an 8.
Rich, you don't see a goddamn thing.
I'm too distracted by this child.
I got a 5.
You're looking for the nozzle on that bag of holding full of booze.
Remy's back.
That's
Yeah.
That's Remy's gift.
That's for him.
Not you.
With advantage, 19.
19.
17.
I got a 9.
Love
All
it.
right. So Remy and Ezra, you see this at about the same time. You're looking at different places. Remy, you've got your eyes up in the tree, and Ezra, you're looking off to the left on the side of the road. And there is definitely something big there. Up in the trees, it's creeping forward, and you can barely make the shape out on the side of the road. Further on off to the left, maybe 100 feet out. There's a big animal there. And as you see the one in the tree, as it creeps along the branch, it looks familiar to you. It moves in a way that you've seen things move before, but not of this size. And Ezra, you see that one that was frozen still, kind of sit up on its rear haunches. And you're looking at chipmunks. You're looking at chipmunks the size of tigers. And as soon as they realize that you're not a threat, they go back to what they're doing, chasing each other around the branches and, picking up peach pits the size of bowling balls and living their best chipmunk lives.
Huh.
What is this place?
Nature
Ezra
is
will
incredible.
point one out to the rest of the group who may have not seen yet, and then he wants to look at the foliage to see if everything is oversized or if it's just the trees and the chipmunks. Is it the grass?
It's the trees. It seems like anything in the underbrush. I mean, aside from the fallen leaves that again are big, seems like everything else that grows here is normal size. Ferns are the size of a fern. Any little bush, grass, anything like that. Even the flowers, just normal. The trees are big though, enormously
And
big.
so are the animals, I guess.
Perhaps it's the trees and the tree-dwelling animals.
What happened here?
Has this always been outside the city?
Well, you are days away from the city. You are traveling at least west as far as any of you have ever traveled before. Okay. So Remy came from a different place and a different life. But as far as traveling west, nobody's been out this way. Rish, you are a cleric, so I'm going to ask, are you proficient in history? Is anybody proficient in history?
I am.
All right.
Wow, somebody came prepared.
With my +2, yeah, super prepared.
Well, roll me a +2 history check. Go ahead and, because you're a cleric, do it with advantage.
Okay. Can't be worse than the last roll.
Famous last words.
Okay. Hey, the first one was a 1. So
Oh no.
the second one's a 15.
There we go.
All right. With your 15, as you see that, as you see one of those chipmunks as you're passing by, it's got a bowling ball sized fruit or something in its paws, and it's tearing into it. And you notice that what it's eating is a peach pit, and your brain fixates on that peach pit. Josiah Peach Pit. He's a druid who traveled across the land planting fruit trees everywhere he went. And the legend was that those fruit trees grew giant and wide and stretched half the continent. And now you're pretty confident that all those legends are probably true.
He's real.
Or at least that was some way of somebody explaining the fact that these trees are giant.
Wild.
I'll relate it. I didn't think he was real. I haven't seen trees like this before. Yeah.
Did he have a son, James? I think I read a book about him and his big old peaches.
James,
I think you're right.
Yes.
That does sound familiar.
Mm-hmm.
I may have seen it in library somewhere on shelves when I was.
Yeah, it was a picture book.
Yeah, but does that explains the trees? But what about you saying those were chipmunks that we saw? I mean, well, does anything happen if one of us starts to climb a tree?
Can I try to climb the tree?
You are certainly welcome to try.
You wanting to rival me now?
We'll help you. We'll boost you up.
If that's how it works.
So, Kieran, go ahead and give me athletics or acrobatics, whichever you choose.
I'm helping by boosting him.
We're going to go acrobatics. All right, 25.
Ooh, love it.
Easily.
Wow.
Nice.
Normally, you would attempt to climb a tree by, probably reaching for a branch or maybe getting your arms and legs around it and shimmying up. The branches are way too high and the trunk is way too wide to do that. but
You got a Naruto.
the bark is enormous too, and there's plenty of place for you to just make hand and footholds, and you can climb this tree with no problem. Before you reach the first branch, you're going to be up there, but you can climb this tree.
I'm gonna at least go to the first branch.
And as you go up to the first branch, the chipmunks kind of seem to stop what they're doing and look at you. Just, I don't know if you can tell from a rodent's face, but like, kind of pity you at like how easy it is for them to climb and how much effort it looks like you're putting into this thing.
Yes,
But yeah, you're able to
I
climb up.
feel
to
like
the,
they're judging me.
you're able to climb up to the first branch, and there's a little hollow up there, and it is stuffed with walnuts, giant walnuts.
Incredible.
Even the walnuts are giant. Dear God, I'm not gonna touch them.
Are you getting any bigger?
It doesn't look.
I don't know. Am I?
No, you are not getting bigger.
Damn.
You look
What'd you
smaller
find up
from
there?
here. I know you are small though, because you are far away.
How far can you see?
Can I see anything from this level? Or is it just trees?
You are still in the woods, but from that height, you can see, because you're in the woods, it's starting to get a little darker now than it would have been if you were in the open plains. And you can see a little light of the glow from some fires in the distance, through the branches of those trees. And you think you're probably getting pretty close to that village that's marked on the map, or at least some village.
I'm gonna relay that. I think I might see that village. There's some fires.
So Meshkatelna. Excellent. Well, should be how much longer do you think before we hit the current pace of travel?
Do I have a guesstimate?
Yeah, you think you'd probably be there in an hour if you climb down and
If I leave the tree.
headed to the village.
Yeah, maybe like an hour off. Hard to tell.
Well,
You'd probably be
so
getting
long as
there
we
right around sundown if you left now.
Anybody want to catch me now?
I can. Remy will stand there underneath the tree, arms out. He's ready. He can catch you. No big. First
Trust
Ezra will
fall.
help. It's still gonna hurt,
Remy's
but
Remy is 6'5" and built like a brick shit house. He is ready to catch this man.
All right.
I'll give
Are
you
you-
guidance
are you-
back.
Are you
Hell
going
yeah.
to jump? Are you going to jump from that height, or are you going to attempt to climb down and have one of your friends catch you if you happen to fall?
Jump into the brick shit house.
I'm going to jump into the brick shit house.
Oh yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
I need from Kieran an acrobatics check, and it's got to be acrobatics this time.
Okay.
And I need a strength saving throw from Remy.
Cool.
Gather
If
your
I help-
strength.
if I help Remy do with this basket catch, can Remy have advantage?
Absolutely.
Hey, that's what teamwork's all about, buddy.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yes,
We're
super
cheerleaders
motivated.
now.
Oh
15.
yes.
Okay. And what do we get on the strength saving throw?
25.
25.
Wow.
Dang.
Okay. Well,
Very
Kieran,
adorable.
you intended this to be much more graceful than it was. But about halfway down, you realize, oh shit, I'm only halfway down.
Oh
And
god.
you start to flail a little bit. And figure, how am I going to let, like, this is going to hurt just landing into this basket catch. But thankfully, your friends catch you and you don't sustain any significant injuries. Except for maybe your pride as you lame duck it about halfway down and start flailing.
Ah, yes. There you go.
It's very graceful.
Oh,
Nice.
well done. Spasibo, Ezra. Well done. Well done. Do you require any healing? I have lay on hands.
I think I'm okay.
Okay. All right. Remy will help to get him onto the ground safely on his feet. Brush him off a little bit.
Damn, those trees are tall.
They seem to be. Whew. Love to see what they're feeding them around here. But perhaps we will see when we get to village. Who knows? I wonder if they've been eating the fruit from this place.
What if they're giant people? Let's go.
What if they're giant people? Giant woman! Ah! Come on, everybody! Let's go!
So as you start to move along through these woods, this little last hour of travel along the road, you hear a pretty significant thundering coming behind you. You recognize this sound immediately. These are horse hooves, and from the sound of it, they're towing wagons.
Are they
and you hear a call
big
out
in proportion?
You see them coming off from a distance. You see them kicking up a little bit of dust behind them in this fading light. Got lanterns lit up on the front. And, oi, out of the way! We've got to go! On your left!
All right.
Oh God.
Remy is going to guide everybody
these are not
off
slowing
the-
down. There's a train of three wagons barreling down this road.
Are they
and they don't seem to be
us-sized
slowing
or are
down
they giant tree-sized?
They're people sized.
Okay.
They're the same size as you.
Okay. You said thundering.
We're
and
suspicious of everything.
Everything's gigantic now, huh?
We just saw gigantic chipmunks. You say something's thundering up behind us, I assume it's big.
Just regular old
Just
draft
regular
horses.
old-
Well, draft horses are pretty big, but these are draft horse sized horses.
Not, house-sized horses.
Yeah, and wagon sized wagons.
Okay.
Mm.
Fair
So these
enough.
things don't seem to be slowing down. Are you giving them way?
Oh yeah, no,
Oh.
Remy absolutely will give them away. They were calling
sure
for it
hope
ways
so.
back. Yeah, definitely. Definitely want to kind of see if they're in distress as they're going by. You require aid.
They haven't asked you for help. They just asked you to get out of the way. They don't seem to be slowing down. They don't seem to be any problem. They just seem to be in a hurry.
Okay. Anything in particular stand out about the people in the carts?
Give
Does
me
it look
perception checks.
I got
Anybody
it.
that wants to look at carts.
Nat one. Nope.
I got another nat one, so
I got
If it makes y'all feel any better, because of my advantage, I don't have a nat one, but I would have otherwise.
Wow.
That would have been 3 nat
22.
ones.
22.
I got 25.
I got 13.
All right. Anybody that got, and because these things are traveling at quite a tilt, anybody that got 15 and up, you can probably make out that one of these wagons is full of pigs. One of these wagons appears to be full of hay, and one of them appears to be full of sacks. I guess you can assume they're full of grain or flour, something of the like. But other than that, there's a person driving the horses in the front and another person sitting on the back. None of them look threatening. None of them look armed. They're just in a hurry.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, if they're in a hurry and they don't seem to be distressed, Remy's first thought is this might be heading to a celebration, maybe. I don't know. They've got a lot of pigs and grain. And what was in the other cart?
Sacks of what you could assume were there's one of hay, one of pigs, and one of sacks of what you can assume to be grain or flour.
I see. Okay.
Are they going to make it out of the forest before dark?
They will make it to the town before you if that's where they're heading. If they're not stopping at the town, judging off your map, then probably not.
Okay.
But they've got their lanterns lit and everything already.
Interesting.
They seem to be prepared for nightfall.
Maybe we're going to the same place.
Maybe. They seem to be in pretty big hurry. Maybe they are supplying for event of some kind. Lots of
Maybe
pigs.
they heard the birthday boy was coming.
You think they are going to do pig roast for me?
Well, I mean, now I do.
Wow.
They are going to do a big roast for you.
Maybe they will if we
Well.
ask.
Oh, do not put them out of
Astra
their
could
way
help.
just for me. But
I can help
It's
roast a pig.
Mhm.
if they are already planning to roast pig, then this is fine. If they are saving it for something else, we do not make use of their things. That is their things. It is their food. It's fine. But if they are willing to offer to strangers, are
So
we to
after a
refuse?
bit more travel, with discussion about the carts that were in a hurry and uh, guesses and conjecture about what it could be, you arrive at a village. Village seems to be centered around a cider mill, um, and you see people rolling beach ball sized apples uh, up to the mill, and you see an oxen walking around in a circle. Uh, Tied to this mill, and it seems to be working some sort of contraption that raises a big mallet and smashes down, crushes an apple, and then as the oxen walks around, it raises the mallet again, and one person scrapes off all the apple mash, and then two people lift up another apple and put it in its place just to get their hands out in time for that mallet to come down and smash again. Uh, and there looks to be an inn here, so a place to spend the night. Uh, Big apple on the sign. Uh, Sign says the Gay Gala.
Most
We
excellent.
gotta try the cider.
We must. It's fresh. Oh, it's always best when it is most fresh. Oh, I'm so excited. This is going to be very good.
And there's a inside the Gay Gala. There is a dwarven man behind the bar. Welcome, welcome to the Gay Gala. It's fresh cider on tap, aged cider in barrels. What can I help you with?
Dobry wieczór. We will have a flight of finest, freshest cider for all of my party here and inquire about availability of rooms.
Oh, of course, we've got rooms. Uh, so few people come through here. Uh, it's Most people try to make it through the woods in one go. Just glad to have company. Uh, Most of what we do is not a business, say at this inn, but it's selling wholesale. But rooms for you. We've got vacancies. Uh, make yourselves at home. Have a seat by the hearth or right here at the bar, and I'll keep the cider flowing until you tell me to stop or until you can't stay upright any longer.
Man after my own heart. Spasibo, my friend. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And this dwarven man got a thick black beard with some braids in it, and it looks well oiled and carefully trimmed and maintained. Uh, the,
Remy admires that beard.
this man is proud of this beard. You can
He has every right.
My name is Joaquin. If you need anything, I'll be right here. Again, just give a tap on the bar, and I'll gladly serve you another cider. We've got quite the variety too. We've got Honey Crisp. We've got the Gala that we're named for. As you can see, the forest provides us with quite the bounty.
It's unlike any place I have ever
Biggest
seen.
apples we've ever seen.
Yes, Josiah Peach Pit has blessed us all these centuries later.
It's incredible. Has always been like this, forest and all
Since
this bounty.
since I was since before I was a boy, since before my grandnan and grandpops were also just wee lads and lasses. As far as anyone could remember, a tree doesn't grow this big in the course of a dwarf's lifetime.
Incredible. Incredible.
What?
Your village truly is blessed.
It's we give thanks to the seven every day, and we just try to make the best of it. It's a wonderful place. It truly is.
If I may ask, you mentioned how wonderful this place is, but you also mentioned a lot of people are quickly passing through the forest, trying to get straight through. What? Nobody stays? You have rooms available?
I mean,
That does
aside
seem
from
strange.
we do have rooms available, of course. Uh, it's it's not leafer season anymore. It, the place would be packed to the gills if you'd been here 3 weeks ago and all the leaves are changed. But it's stick season now. Uh,
Ah.
Nothing to bring the tourists. It's just it just gets dark. People stay here if they need a place to stay. Again, we deal mostly in wholesale.
Lennis will turn to Chucks and kind of just give like a dejected and just say, I was hoping there might be some excitement here this evening, but we're just in the off season.
All the money's gone.
I
Well,
will
it's
say
nice.
that beard. Is that what you're going for? Because this is impressive.
It's going to happen for me. I'm excited just looking at it.
Just keep at it.
Yeah.
It's a good start where you are. That's the end. It's a journey.
Beard journey.
Journey is what is all about.
So yeah, there are rooms available here for you tonight. There is as much meat as you could drink. There's a small but looks like carefully curated menu. Maybe get like some type of tapas, and there might be like 3 entrees that you have to choose from. Some sort of pot pie, some sort of pasties. Just very good hearty food that seems like it'd probably pair well with one of these ciders.
Excellent, excellent. It's always best to have home cooked food, simple stuff, good things from village cook.
Are they sticklers about letting Chucks drink?
Oh no, absolutely not. He doesn't even notice.
I mean, if we're
Chuck's
being
not a
honest, if we were being real medieval about this, Chucks would have been drinking liquor from the age of 6 or younger.
Jesus.
So we'll be a little loosey goosey here. He's under supervision.
Yeah. Well, it seems also like there are like a lot of dwarves comparatively in this village, and they might not know. You might not just be familiar with what like a human child looks like, or like like a human adolescent. Like that, he's already taller than every dwarf here.
Yeah.
So
That's probably
They're just
fine.
like, guess he can't grow a beard.
Yeah.
Oh well, that's tragic.
Well,
Better get him
yeah,
some
yeah.
alcohol.
Chucks is a half elf, and he is probably already a little bit tipsy.
So we start watering down Chuck's streams.
Yes, we do.
He probably snuck a little pregame in the wagon.
He's been sipping from the sack.
I thought was little bit lighter. I was not sure.
Where did the second straw come from?
Oh, that was mine.
Okay.
Ezra will take a drink from that and blow fire like it's
Oh God.
like it's his job, because it kind of is, but like party trick, not dangerous.
Oh,
Yeah.
right. Remy claps. He's delighted. He likes little tricks like that. He's easy to use.
yeah, Joaquin probably goes from side eyeing the kid with the wispy facial hair to like instead intently watching the person blowing fire in their wooden structure. He hasn't said anything about it, but he's keeping an eye on you.
Don't worry, I've got perfect control.
Is the wood planks of this like building, if there are they like massive too? Like, is it like this is very clearly taken from these
Built
massive
from-
trees?
Oh yeah, this is planed from large trees. So the bar is a single piece of raw cut, and it's
Is it mahogany?
no. Go ahead and roll me a nature check.
I got +0 on that. What do we got? Actually, 15.
15. Yeah, it's probably oak.
Huh.
Probably biggest oak you've ever seen. A big, wide grain in there. But yeah, it's probably oak.
Incredible. Workmanship is excellent as well, it looks like.
Lots of good craftsmen in this town. We again kind of on an island here. We fend for ourselves. We got to. Uh, uh, the world provides, but it's up to us to work hard and make good things from it.
Natural, no. There's no other way to do.
Is the woods dangerous at night?
Well, if you can see where you're going, it's fine. There's nothing out there to harm you. The only thing, just don't get run over by a chipmunk.
We saw those. You grow them big around here, my friend.
Well, we don't. Josiah Peach Pit grows them big. They eat the acorns. Small chipmunks eat small acorns. Big chipmunks come from big acorns.
I suppose this makes sense.
It doesn't seem to work on the rest of us, though. We all drink the juice of the apple, and doesn't seem to work on those of us with 2 arms, 2 legs, and a head.
Special blessing for nature's furry friends, I suppose.
Well, it's they get out of hand if the population's not cold, they'll dig tunnels right through everything. Occasionally need to hunt, but they make a great blanket.
And stew must be fantastic, the dumplings.
Yeah, a bit gamey, but yeah, it feeds us. It gets us through the winter.
And they feed well, so surely there's plenty of meat to go around.
Well, I'd advise you not to touch one of their stashes. If you stumble across a den full of acorns, I'd advise leave them alone unless you do seem to be well armed. But even a big one like you have a tough time with one of them.
Really? Interesting. They are known for territorial display.
Mostly about each other, but don't mess with their winter stash. Just like us, they work hard all year to bury a bunch of nuts, and if you go poking around, they don't like it much.
Nobody likes anybody else poking around their nuts.
I'll drink to that. You raise a glass and toast to you.
Remy's just here to have a good time.
So, anything else before you turn in for the night? You guys gonna stay up and sing songs and get a little sloppy, or?
I think every time I'll spend just a few minutes. Yeah, I'll take out a stone, and at some point I'll finish casting a spell on it, and I'll leave it on the table. And every time that I'll set a keyword on it, that every time Remy says cheers, or what would Remy say for a cheers?
Oh God, I've looked this up before. It didn't have to be like. I believe that is correct. Vaše zdravie.
Well, he'll basically hold this rock and wait for it to trigger it, kind of thing, for when you say that, so that it catches that word, and I'll cast magic mouth on it. And essentially every time you say that throughout the night, every time you cheers, it'll yell, it'll shout out in your own voice, "Don't touch the nuts," or something like that. Like
that's fucking excellent. I love it. Yeah.
Set it in the middle of the table every time we cheers.
Vaše zdravie.
Don't touch my nuts.
Every time is still funnier than the last.
Challenge accepted.
Y'all know exactly what Remy's here for. Y'all know.
All right. After a night of an evening of hard drinking and laughs to be had among you and Joaquin, the proprietor, and every other patron in here, turn in, and that's where we'll take a 10-minute break. See everybody in 10 minutes.
Thank you, Ted.
of a enormous forest. We've been going on a little bit of a road trip to celebrate our paladin Remy's birthday. And let's see where the next day takes us. So you wake up, you're able to get some tea, get on the road, and continue on the Queens Road west, unless there's anything else you want to do in town.
Only thing I wanted to note is that I am positive Sir Remy drank to excess the night before, did wake up with a hangover, is now 5 points of lay on hands less, and does not have a hangover. That is all.
That's fair.
So as you travel west along the road, you see a sign, just a placard board sign with painted on it the words "Come and see," but "C" is just the letter C. Seems to be a spelling error.
Is pun? I do not understand.
As you said, it's a sign?
It's a sign. Somebody put it there, drove a stake into the ground, hung a placard on it, painted on the placard, "Come and see."
Is there enough room on the placard for them to finish?
Deliberately painted that way. So you continue
We're
through
gonna
this.
go and see, right?
Good.
I mean, I feel we probably must. They were very desperate to ensure we would notice by making us question their spelling choices, I suppose. Good a selling technique as any.
A while further down the road, there's another sign. Just simply says 8 leagues ahead. But 8 is spelled ATE. Leagues, however, a longer, more difficult to spell word, spelled correctly.
I am not best with common, but I do not believe that this is how number which is said like 8 is spelled. Is this correct?
This is very much the work of a sadistic evildoer. Very much so. You don't play like this with the common tongue. This is
I do not
disgusting.
know. Common tongue is sort of ridiculous. Speaking as someone who comes to it late in life, I do not mean to disparage your blessed tongue. Is very precious to you, I'm sure, but it's basically sack full of grammar that you shake around a lot and then spill out whatever comes out. And it's sort of whatever you feel like.
I'm not going to disagree with you, but I am going to say when you take the time to write something out on a beautiful piece of wood such as this, and you intentionally misspell things like that, that is one twist and dock son of a bitch, I got to say.
The
Is
worst kind of
either that
person,
or
a
is
father
it-
figure.
So I just remembered we have an orphan in our party, don't we?
Yes.
The
We
honestly, I can sort of relate. Never really had father figure. Had 2 mothers growing up, so you know. Still, I suppose perhaps could be pun, maybe. But why is spelled like this? Is somebody going to eat us if we go? Whatever. Let's go and see. What the fuck? Why not?
Remy, give me a survival check.
Yeah, gimme. What do we have here? Probably not that great, but let's see what you got, bud. Not proficient, but shit roll on the dice. That is a 5.
Okay. Not making any sense to you. Just poorly spelled signs. Further on down the road, there's another sign. Do not miss it. Not KNOT. Like you would tie in a rope.
This is offensive even to me. This is not even making any sense. There is nothing clever here. It's not like wordplay. It's just other way of spelling thing that sounds like thing, but it is not that thing. I do not like this.
Just like that is taking up space in my head.
Let us have discussion with owner, proprietor of this place. Perhaps maybe like suggest alternative advertising strategy. Unless this is their strategy.
It might
To
be.
make you like
Struggling.
It's hard to forget.
skills. Stupid language. He's fine. I speak fine.
Just a bit down the road, there is another sign. Almost there. There, spelled like the plural pronoun.
No.
But who? But this is confusing.
Ezra, I would say now is the time for fire, if any has come to us.
You could have burned all of them.
Probably true. We're all not feeling this.
I don't see the problem with any of this.
Which makes sense.
Ezra's not great
Bless
at reading, so this is fine.
No, he's fine. I understand. As someone for whom language is not maybe strongest, not even in my mother tongue, really. I get it.
As you travel further, you come across a building? Not really a building, because someone didn't build it. There is a big sign over the hollow in one of these giant trees. There looks to be a door on the front of the tree. This tree is probably 30, 40 feet in diameter. Could easily contain a structure. And the sign above the door, in the same painted font as all of those other signs, says Misspell Scrolls.
Huh.
So, do spells do like they are supposed to do, or do they do like misspelling says they? I must see what these are about.
If you walk up to the door, there is a smaller placard. This one, with all its words spelled correctly, says world's largest collection of useless spell scrolls.
Why you would say
Sounds
they
fun
are
to me.
useless? Oh well. One man's useless, the other man's useful, perhaps.
That's how the phrase goes. I remember that.
You and me both, buddy.
So, would you like to visit Misspell Scrolls?
Yeah, absolutely.
You open the door, and inside is the human. Looks to be late 20s, early 30s. Got red hair, but not much of it. Kind of got the horseshoe balding thing going on, and the big bushy red mustache with some tinges of gray in it. But other than his lack of hair and the little bit of gray in his hair, again, he looks relatively young. Howdy, I'm Banglebert. Welcome to Misspell Scrolls.
Pleasure to meet you.
As you look into this space, what you see in the center of the room is a stack of scrolls and parchment and books and tomes, all stacked through a spike, like on the counter of like the counter of a deli. Well, here it is. Biggest collection of useless spell scrolls. They started outsourcing these things to the gnomes. And I don't know if you know too many gnomes, but they don't all speak common very well. And that's what they did. They outsourced these, and there are spelling errors on every one of these things. This thing stacks 75 foot up this thing. And there are precarious ladders and stairs built in a helix around. So it seems like anytime this guy gets his hands on more misspelled scrolls, he just climbs to the top and sticks them down on the spike. And this is just a giant stack of spell scrolls that were supposed to be sold to someone, but can't be sold because they've got spelling errors in them.
Incredible.
What a collection.
Huh. They are
Do they still work?
Some of them may do something, and other ones pretty sure won't do a damn thing. Um, it's just kind of luck of the draw, and then it's kind of luck of the draw.
Hmm. You sort of like
So
buy some number of
Hold
these
on,
for
hold on.
certain
Excuse me a
amount of.
second. And there's a stone on the counter behind the little thing that he's staying at, and the stone kind of buzzes. It picks it up.
Ah,
Yeah, honey, I know, I know. Get Jimmy from Joustin practice. Yeah, I got it. No, I was already going to do that. No, I'll pack their lunches when I get home. I, g- I got visitors. Honey, I'll call you back. He sets the stone back down. I'm sorry about that. My wife, we got 14 little ones for us. Uh, they're
big
always
household
into
to
something. They
provide.
got one doing jousting, two of them doing fencing,
Oh,
horseback riding, and
of course.
they're all on a chess club, and they're
Ah,
all, every one of them doing something. I can barely keep them straight, let alone their
oh,
activities. And I'm here.
so
I got to
active.
try and put food on the table uh, with a business.
Hmm.
I mean, they already got the cider wrapped up down the road. Ain't much for somebody to do here. So, figured I make a curiosity for people to come and look at. Uh, Stone buzzes again. Uh,
Please, go ahead. Take care
honey,
of business.
yeah,
It's for
yeah. I
family.
get
Go, go.
it, it's sundown, just like every other night. That's when I'll be home. No, I'm not stopping for cider. Yeah, I'll call you back when the visitors are gone. Thanks, honey. He puts the stone back down. So we were trying for seven. We're a man of faith here. We wanted one for each of the gods, but the seventh came out with an eighth, and then that
Ah.
didn't work. So we figured we might as well make two for each god, and the gods
Drama.
have truly blessed us. That is for sure.
Double
Um,
blessings.
Feel free to look around.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, we got a jar there for donations if anybody was interested, and uh, what
Remy's
can
going to
interest
put
you,
some
or I might be able to
donations
interest you in souvenir. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I I can sell one of these useless spell scrolls to each of you. Um, can't sell more because I sell too many of them. I ain't gonna have the biggest collection anymore. But
Not the
uh,
drama, of course.
can't guarantee they'll do anything. Can't guarantee that you'll want what they do. But
Mhm.
Is curiosities unique sort of thing. I'm willing to pay for something like this. I will peruse, see what is here. Anything in particular we should be aware of before we peruse or look through?
oh, yeah, if the stone buzzes and he looks at it and he kind of glares at it
Mm-hmm.
and he ignores it. Yeah, um, Misspell Scrolls is not responsible for, nor do we take accountability for any damages that may or may not be caused by the casting or failure of casting of any souvenir, spell scrolls, or other accoutrement purchased by any individuals at this establishment.
Hmm.
And there's a bunch of little boards there. But uh, but yeah, that's what you should know about them.
Understood. Please take care of business with your family. It's important.
Oh, eh, she's
Go
fine.
on. Go, please, please.
She,
We will be responsible. I will mind out for all of these, and if there is any damages, I will pay for myself.
the stone's still buzzing there on the counter. All right, give me a minute. I'll be back, and I am sorry about this. And he
Niet
picks up
is
the
no
stone.
trouble. Просто. Take
Darling,
all your time.
darling, I've been through this before. And he just walks out the door and he's going to start making laps around the thing. And there's not a ton to see here. I mean, there's some little
Yeah.
stuff and scraps on the counters, and there's just again, an enormous stack of papers. You know, again, just like you would put a receipt on a lunch counter, spiked through.
Chucks is already on the way up.
Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
Grab me
Remy's
one.
not going to go very high up there. He's a big guy, and he's not clumsy per se, but there's a lot of him to move, and those are some fairly precarious ladders. Mathematically speaking, it's better if he takes his vantage point from the ground up.
Yeah, it feels a lot more stable than it looks. I'm not going to say that this feels like walking up a staircase made by a carpenter that
An
knew what they're doing.
architect.
But like, this guy climbs up and down this thing several times a day, and yeah, you're probably all right up here as long as you're not being too reckless. It's not. It doesn't feel like it's gonna collapse on you. It just
That's
it looks real precarious.
Might put me off my balance is the only thing. I will stay here on the ground. You all have fun. Just please do be careful. Please do not make more work for poor men than we can help.
So he's walks back in the door. I am so sorry about that. Just trying to make sure we got dogs too. She wanted to know if I fed the dogs this morning, which led to talking about it. Never mind, it ain't your problem.
Family
Anyhow.
always
Not an
demands
issue.
many things of us. It's all right.
What are your children's names?
Oh my God.
There's Jimmy, Josie, Jessica, Josiah, after Josiah Peachtree, of course.
Not that I'll know.
Yeah, that one.
Jonah. You know what? There's 14 of them. There's a lot.
I don't think he
I have
remembers
better
all
time
of them.
keeping the dogs straight than the kids.
Nice. It's
Well, I
wonderful.
apologize.
It's wonderful
should.
blessing.
I knew there was evil in this place. I just didn't figure out who it was.
I had really thought about writing those names down. I was like, nobody's gonna ask me the names of 14 kids. Fucking
You
Josh.
should have known better. Josh is in this crew. You fool.
It's important to know.
Now we know
It's
why.
also important to know what's on these spell scrolls because
Yeah.
Because
Yeah,
that's what's
I-
happening up top. Like they're starting
Yeah.
to rain down a little bit as they get pulled off.
Do be careful. Do not make larger mess than you can help. Пожалуйста.
Too late for that.
I believe in you. You
You're
have a bardic
doing great.
inspiration.
Yeah, some of these look like legitimate spell scrolls, and like you would have to read over it, and like you might even have to have like some degree of education to know what's wrong with them. And some of them just blatantly obvious what's wrong with them. Like,
I think
But-
Remy honestly is probably only going to catch mostly the obvious ones. He might be able to figure out context clues on one or two, but his comment is not the strongest.
all right, folks, I really don't want you to break your crazy neck up there. Well, you won't break it up there, you break it when you get down here. But
We would prefer not, but I can catch if he falls.
like I said, I can let one of these go for say a copper piece, one to each of you, if you're interested.
Not at all, no. I believe this is perfectly fair.
I want you to know, in Remy's head, he's doing the math to do double that times 7 into the donation thing later.
All right. So he's gonna pick up some of these random ones that have fallen on the floor now, and he counts out 6 of them, one for each of you, and these are up to you how you want to distribute. I will let you know which scrolls you ended up with.
Very good.
Got it.
You have Tiny Hat. You can assume it was supposed to be Tiny Hut, but it says Tiny Hat.
Oh no! Don't give it to
Change a spell
Chuck's.
by changing one letter.
You have a copy of Fold Monster.
Bold
You can only
monster.
imagine what Fold Monster does.
Oh,
Fold monster.
oh no.
Musty Step,
No.
Ooh.
Cryo
Crop
Ball.
dusting spell.
What was
Cryo?
File,
File.
F-I-L-E, File Ball.
Pile
See what
ball?
you're going for,
File ball.
but not the best handwriting on this
that?
one.
No.
Eldritch Blase,
Eh.
and of course Dimension Deer.
Spooky.
No one cast
I like
that
that
one.
one.
Rad as
No
hell.
one. No one.
Dibs
cast
on
that one.
Dimension
Nobody.
Deer.
Nobody. I'm
We
telling you
need
right
it.
now.
I thought Chucks might want to put a second smaller hat underneath his hat. You know what?
Yeah.
I'll take tiny hat and then cast it just for Chucks.
Oh,
Okay.
Yes.
Binglebert is going to admonish you for casting spells in his establishment. Please, you bought them at your own risk, but I got a business to run here. Don't cast them inside here. And
Not at all.
tiny hat goes off, and boy, that's a tiny hat. Maybe a mouse could wear it. Like that's an itty bitty hat.
Yeah, I'll present it to Chucks and say, inside or outside your hat?
inside.
He'll put it on
So
your
that
head.
when he doffs his one hat and bows, the other hat is revealed.
Yes. It's a statement.
So good.
What's it saying? We'll
just
never
buzz.
know.
Okay, so Remy is gonna make sure that he slides a gold piece into
Yeah,
the tip jar, just like for the sake of the poor man's nerves, because he's got a lot going on at home.
Well, I certainly appreciate your custom, and Seven bless you and on your travels, and hope you enjoy the rest of your journey. Are you heading east or west?
Westward.
Yes.
West's a good place to go. Lots to see out that way. East, mostly once you get out the forest, just flat. But Seven bless you on your travels.
And Seven bless you and your family as well, my friend. I
Oh,
hope you know
I am
If
doubly blessed. I appreciate that.
if you and your family have any need of requirement, any assistance, our order is always happy to help.
Oh,
You may reach us.
again, thank you so much. We do all right. It's the kids keep us running, but they keep us on our toes, but they keep us feeling older, but wanting to be young again.
It's joy of children. They hold so much energy inside. Is true of this one most certainly. Is that not so?
it is very true.
So you travel on out of the forest for not too much longer. You're almost out of the bulk of it, or at least you're reaching a clearing, and you reach another town. It's about midday, and you see in that town. Take a perception check from anybody who wants to give one.
Remy's always keeping an eye out, especially because he's always got advantage so long as he's got his shield on him. That is a dirty 20.
All right.
Very dirty.
You see 3 wagons parked, and you are sure those are the ones that tore past you last night.
Huh.
And they're empty?
They're empty.
Any sign of the drivers?
The draft horses are hitched up. There's some people milling about town.
Okay.
It seems to be a pretty average town. Actually, there's a sawmill. It looks like this might be a lumber town. That might be the reason there's a clearing here.
That
But
would
one
track.
thing you do see that looks kind of strange and out of place. There's a big tub, like a cast iron tub. It must be 14, 15 feet in diameter. And it's sitting on top of a pyre, like what looks like a wooden pyre.
Big soup?
Maybe?
Why me?
Hot tub?
Hot?
If you make your way around, there's a set of stairs on the other side, and there is the man kneeling next to the stairs. Looks like he's about ready to light up that pyre, and another man sitting on those stairs. The man sitting on the stairs is tying something to his feet. Look a little closer. The thing he's tying to his feet he's tying a ham to each foot.
Like stand on them?
Yeah, like tying a ham to the bottom of each foot.
He's got like ham snowshoes.
So, ham stilts?
So the fire gets going. Fire starts going.
Oh,
and
I think Ezra wanted to interrupt the fire starter and ask if he could do it.
Or help?
Oh, you wanna help with the fire, eh?
Please.
He is
and
quite
this-
good with starting fires, and
Yeah, it's my job, but there's no skin off my ass. You do it for me, eh?
if you don't mind indulging.
Thank you so much. And Ezra will cast Burning Hands and catch as much of it on fire at once as he can.
And that fire gets going nice and good, and the other gentleman has successfully tied a ham onto the bottom of each of his feet, and he throws his legs up over the side and starts skating around. Well, appreciate the help. That was a mighty helpful of you.
We are new in town, traveling through. This is a custom we have not seen before. What you are preparing?
Oh, he's just greasing the pan.
Ah,
Yeah, I want the pancakes to stick.
pancakes. How big?
The pancakes are the size of the pan. Saul's got a big appetite.
Who this is? We have not met him.
You don't know Saul, the best woodsman in these parts, the best woodsman in the whole world.
We
The
would
man's a giant.
very much like to meet
Yeah,
him.
man's a giant with a giant's appetite.
I very much would like to meet him.
He doesn't stay away long. It doesn't take him long to do his work. He'll be back here. Him and that ox is
Really?
coming back around here. He'll be wanting pancakes and his flapjacks and his sausages. He gestures over to what, as you walked up, you probably disregarded as stacks of logs, potentially for this fire. But upon closer inspection, you can tell are enormous sausages.
Does he want company for his meal?
I would advise against getting too close to Saul when he's eating, because likely a fellow could lose his arm that way.
He perhaps may not see you too close to food.
He's a gentle giant, but he's serious about his food. That's for sure. That's for a darn tootin'.
No man likes to have food messed with in any way. I can understand.
Oh, you
this
betcha.
and
You
respect this.
betcha. You don't want to get between a giant and his flapjacks. That's for sure.
Yet. It's only time I am disagreeable.
And if you hang around in town, eventually you will hear a distant crashing get louder, step after step, as Saul the giant and a big blue ox beside him come into town.
Whoa.
How big is this giant? Remy has to know. We're going to be friends.
Easily 3 times your height. And as he walks in to town, he takes a water tower off its stilts and takes a drink from it, sets it back.
Wonder if there's cider in there.
No, ale. He likes ale, so we keep the water tower full of a nice hearty ale for Saul.
Well, what's the arrangement here? Did you do something for the town?
Oh, he's a woodsman. He brings us back. You see the mill over there that we sell the lumber. He brings the. He's the only one that can fell one of these trees in a day. Not a group of us working together could fell a tree like this. He could do it in a couple of strokes of his axe. He cuts down one tree a day. We split it up. We keep him fed. He's a good man. He doesn't talk much, but you're darn tootin'. He's a good man.
Does he like games?
Does he like games? What sort of games?
I do not know. Contests of drinking or contests of strength, contests of I don't know, whatever he might like.
I'm not really sure anybody's ever played a game with him. Only thing I ever seen him compete at was I had an archery contest once. He's a big man, but he'll surprise you. He's a big fella, but he's wicked fast as well. They say he was in an archery contest and he drew his bow and he loosed an arrow and he was so excited to see where it would hit that he ran and he passed his own arrow and it shot him in his arse.
He is man after my own heart. Oh, he's wonderful. I must speak with him. If he has time.
Be my guest. Again, he don't say much.
It's fair. I've known these types as well. Not always necessary one speaks much.
So by this time, people are pouring what look like kegs of batter into this what you know now as a frying pan.
Wild.
And Saul makes himself a seat on one of these giant stumps that must be a tree that he felled, and he pulls a handkerchief out that could easily be the blanket off of a bed, and tucks it into his collar, and that is his apparently his napkin. He doesn't want to get flapjack crumbs on his lapels.
Of course not. Why would you?
Remy, are you actually gonna speak to this giant?
No, natural no. Why would not?
During his meal, after, or?
Well, so long as he is present and seated, I may at least say hello and see if perhaps he may be willing to entertain idea of contest after he is finished with food.
All right, I will be waiting way back there, and we will see how things go. Very excited for you.
Spasibo, my friend. I am also.
Remy is fully confident. He's positive he's going to make a friend right here.
Alrighty.
Ezra is waiting for them to flip the pancake, and he's going to cheer.
I love that.
Support it.
So these two people now with hams tied to their feet are inside this frying pan, and they have shovels, and they are using the shovel to kind of scrape the pancake up, and then they're going to attempt to roll it over to flip it.
Oh boy, that's intense.
That's a big
Huzzah!
They did it.
Is most impressive.
I'll clap.
He used to just pick up an ox and squeeze it, and butter would come out, and that's how he buttered his pancakes. But they told him he had to watch his cholesterol, so he doesn't do that anymore.
It's very important to mind cholesterol as you get older. Healer has told me this plenty. Is this not so, Rish?
Rish?
God. I don't know.
Are you guys hungry? Come on.
Oh my god. A wild Jillian appears.
We are hungry. We want giant pancakes.
Yes,
We do.
There's been so much food mentioned.
Kyle does keep talking about food. It's awful.
And giant
I'm
pancakes.
So
I'm sorry, Remy's a food.
about 8
This
of
was
these
going to do
about 8 of these people take big, long, basically tree trunks on either side underneath this frying pan, and they lift it up like a palanquin and carry it over to Saul the giant, who sits upon his stump, uh, and they serve him his breakfast.
So much. Incredible.
Wow.
Oh, it's amazing. I think
Go for it,
Remy's gonna,
Remy.
Yeah, Remy's gonna look for an opportune
Now's
moment,
your
like
chance.
not in the middle of a bite. That's what
Of course
servers do at restaurants. Remy
Ezra
will.
will pop some popcorn for everyone standing back.
Yeah, we're all watching.
You
Yeah.
get
We're all
more
back.
guidance as you go, and then I'll have my pop.
What's the dice roll for guidance?
A D4 for ability checks.
Hell yes, thank you.
For
I
one.
think you're in
Alright.
trouble. I'll add a bardic inspiration to your to you as well.
In trouble for what? I have not done anything yet, but спасибо. What's the dice for that one?
D8.
Thank you.
Do we think he
Cool.
even knows how to speak giant?
Good question.
So,
Yeah.
you are approaching this
Yes.
giant?
Yeah, I'm looking for an opportune moment where it seems like he's like gotten past that first little bit where you're like real hangry and you're ready to eat and like that's all you're focused on. He's waiting for just past that moment where there's a pause. He hasn't got any food in his mouth just then. He's just enjoying. He's sitting. Remy's gonna walk up at that point.
He looks at you curiously. Seems like
Why
he's
you
not
throw?
probably not accustomed to people approaching him other than to like bring him things. Seems like his existence here might be kind of transactional.
Remy finds that idea a little bit sad because, like, you know, the guy, as far as anybody knows, is a person. So, you know, he ought to have some friends. Remy will kind of look up towards him and give him a wave. I'm new in this area. I'm traveling through. Dmitry Romanenkov. Most call me Remy. I wanted to know if you had any sort of games or challenges you liked to participate in. I find it's always a nice way to make acquaintances in new places is to have games of challenge and skill. You seem like very interesting fellow, and I would very much like to challenge you if you are interested.
You challenge game.
Da, any game you like.
You throw pig.
Sure.
Bring pig.
Cool.
And there's a sizable sow brought. Give me a strength check to see if you can even lift this thing.
All right. We can do that. Let's see. Oh, strength check 22.
This thing squirms a bit, but eventually resigns itself to the fact that it's going to be lifted.
Prostimenia. I will put you back later, I promise. Or find some other way to
How
look up
far
for
you throw pig?
I throw fair little way. I'm not so big a fellow as you, but fair way.
Throw
me
pig.
to
Show us all.
All right. Now, I want to make mention, Remy has a feat called the Tavern Brawler feat, which is to say he has proficiency with improvised weapons. Which is to say, this pig is an improvised weapon in this man's hands as he takes up a big, broad stance and centers his, finds the center of gravity.
This is the fan art that I want.
Grasping the poor trotters of this poor pig. And goes to start a full, like, discus spin. He's going in circles. He's getting ready for a great, big, long yeet. Whatever roll you want me to give you for that, he's going to yeet this pig as far
in the direction that we are facing, assuming this is the pitch for the challenge.
I don't know the range on a pig. So what I'm going to ask for is roll me 2d20 and add together the results. And that is the distance in feet that your big-ass paladin is going to be able to discus this pig.
Well, this is either going to
Hammer
be
throw.
amazing or
Discus this
hilarious.
pig.
Let's find out which. Ooh, baby. Okay, so that is a 15 and an 11, which is a total of 26.
There is a dissatisfied squeal as a big fucking pig flies 26 feet like a hammer throw from Remy into its puddle. Into its little pig pen. Good throw. Small man make good throw. And he reaches over, picks up the pig, and then reaches back over and just, without getting off of his seat, sets it like 5 feet further than your throw. He doesn't throw it, he just sets it down. His game, how play?
That is excellent game. You won. Your most wonderful skill.
Small man do good. Is drink to that. He grabs his water tower full of ale again and raises it to you and takes a drink.
Remy, I'm sure, has something he's been drinking, and he raises it to this big old giant of a man. You are excellent competitor, and I hope you will consider me friend of yours. I consider you one of mine. Drinks.
Friends. And he, small friend Remy, you lift. He takes his axe off his back and he sets it down in front of you. You lift. Show me you lift.
I will do my best. Remy's gonna give it his best shot. He's gonna try.
All right. Give me another strength. Right. Just strength check.
Strength check. May I call it athletics? He has expertise in athletics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you. Oh yes, I think you're gonna like that much better because that makes that a 23.
Excellent. You have hefted this axe. Enormous blade is precariously over your head while you hold an axe upright. What are you doing with this axe?
Remy is going to attempt to axe throw this into a yonder tree.
All right. God, this isn't. Give me a ranged weapon attack. Give me a dexterity plus proficiency weapon attack. Lifting this thing was one thing. Throwing it in the direction you want it to go is going to be a different thing.
Of course. There is improvised weapons and there is, physics. The dice love me tonight, baby. Okay. 23.
Woohoo. This axe goes end over end and bam, just like axe throwing, sticks to the tree. And Saul gives a deep, deep belly chuckle and raises his water tower again to you. Small friend Remy, good.
Large friend Saul, also good. You are excellent host. Drinks.
He is going to reach down and pick you up.
Yeah.
You can try to avoid this.
No.
Or you can let it happen.
Letting it happen. 100%.
He picks you up and he sets you on top of his ox. And you are now sitting astride an enormous ox.
Yes. This is the greatest day of my life.
This ox is
Well,
like
we
a big
have-
ox for a giant, or like a big ox for like regular people.
This looks like a not quite as big as a regular ox would be compared to Saul, if he were to scale. But this is a much bigger ox than it. It stands heads taller than Remy does.
Okay.
Small friend Remy is welcome back here always. All other friends, Remy's friends, scared.
They are slower to warm up. I am somewhat different from most people I meet, but I am glad to know you, and I hope you will come to know and to appreciate my friends also.
He looks over at Chuck's.
The peanut gallery.
He's looking at Chuck specifically. Boo.
He's
Any
all
sort of
right,
reaction
Chucks.
out of Chuck's about that?
Chucks will curtsy and give him the tiny hat. Hat inception.
Oh.
Wow.
He Saul gives a laugh at that.
This party is made for charming people. I'm just saying.
Saul go work now, and he picks you up, kind of with a sad look on his face, sets you back down on the ground.
I wish you good work today.
Good make meet. He is good glad meeting you, friend Remy, small friend Remy.
I'm also glad to be meeting you, large friend Saul.
See you soon. And
I hope so.
And he pulls his axe out of the tree, throws it on his shoulder, and gives the loudest whistle you have ever heard. And his ox turns around slowly and follows him as he stomps off through the woods.
Remy is just like waving goodbye to him as he goes. Such a nice man. Wonderful, sweet ox as well. Did you see how well behaved he was? Oh, wonderful.
I will admit, I thought our journey was ending here today.
I thought that pig's journey was about to end.
Was a little worried for the pig.
Somebody check on Pig, make sure Pig is okay. If needs healing, I do have lay on hands.
So you can roughly approximate your position on the map. And you can make it in a couple hours to one of the few markers on that map that has been marked for you that has labels. And it says, printed on the map, Mount MacGuffin. And drawn in by somebody you can assume was the quarter chaplain. The arrow says, cliffs of serious mental illness, cliff jumping.
Well,
and you can make it there today if you get on the road.
Some
the
people
mental
have told
illness
me
cliffs.
I believe some people have told me I have alternatively been close to these or driven them close to these many times through my life. I suppose it's only worth my time to actually see what it's like.
Let's do it.
We should go.
Why not? And also this mountain place. Who is MacGuffin? Anybody know who MacGuffin is? Mountain climber?
Sounds like an old man name.
Yeah, maybe the person who lives at the bottom.
Old MacGuffin had a mountain.
So I will take a history check from anybody who wants to do them.
I mean, I'm sure Remy does not know. I want him to roll to know how badly he does it.
I got a 6.
Oh yeah, we all gotta jump in on this.
That's
Our
an
one
11.
history broke.
It is an 11.
10 here. I'm just like, I think it was there's a restaurant back home, McMuffin they do of some sort. Is that what it is?
That might have been it, actually.
That's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking of, right? You too?
I remember McMuffin thing, but I'm not sure if that is what this means, unless Rector misspelled this. Was he under effect of some kind of misspell scroll?
They are nearby.
Worth checking out. And is in same neck of woods, it looked like. Should be able to make it there before sundown, if you all are willing.
Ready and willing.
I think we should.
Vezdaderski.
Oh no.
I think his mic went out.
Oh no! Curses. Vezdaderski, by the way.
Everybody tap
without
dance.
delay.
No, we're going on our hunt for these McMuffins, obviously.
Yeah, we want these McMuffins.
Yeah.
It's all about the food in this episode, you guys.
Yeah.
The puns will kill you before the cholesterol. Oh,
Here we go.
Oh,
Welcome back.
Can you hear me?
yes.
We
yes,
can.
indeed.
So can the internet.
Yeah, my mic out of me, so I apologize. All right, so you travel on, and you get to what must be the foothills of Mount MacGuffin, and there is a dark-skinned man with coarse dreadlocks pulled back into a big sort of ponytail, and he is swinging an enormous hammer. He is a man that, as far as size goes, parity with Remedy. He is a big man, and he is laying metal tracks, seemingly going up the mountain.
Now that's hard work.
Indeed.
I-
Privyet.
The
How's
man
it
does
going?
not. The man does not seem to have broken a sweat. He seems to also be working alone. He has a wagon full of these big long rails, and he is pulling this wagon behind him, pulling out a rail, and spiking it down into position. Lay one down, repeat. And again, this man has not broken a sweat from what you can tell.
Remy would like to at least take a moment to offer the guy like some water or like something, because if nothing else, you're doing hard work. You need some hydration.
Oh, merci beaucoup. Bonjour, bonjour. Good morning. Hello.
Privyet. It's excellent to meet you. Dmitry Romanenkov, we are here with, not on order business, but most of us work with them. And you are?
I am Jean-Henri.
You're working alone on this iron road?
It is it meant to be a how you say a tram to carry you up the mountain side. It's when it's done, no one will need to walk the mountain anymore. It take a tram up the mountain, but the work it goes slowly. Every day, half of what I do is undone. It's
terrible.
these great big how you say bugs. The bugs they come and they tear up the track, and I am halfway back where I started. It is great.
Steel and all. And...
He's grand job security, but is somewhat demoralizing for finishing the project.
The whole world hates an efficient MacGuffin.
Are you you head up to the cliffs? Is that where you are going?
No, we are I am mostly sightseeing, if I'm very honest. Was one of locations on this part of continent we were told was
good place to stop, especially along Queen's Road. If is anything of particular note in this area you think we ought to know, we would be grateful.
Most people they head up to the top for the cliff jumping. Nora, she ran the business up there. She give you a little ring with spell in it. You jump off the cliff, and then you fall slowly.
Falling with feather or something like this. No, it's
I will tell you what. If you are going up there, you see any bugs, you kill them. All right?
okay. What sort of bugs these are? These are small, big.
No, they are not small bugs. They are big bugs. You see the bugs, you kill the bugs.
Okay, sure.
Tell Nora when you get there that you have killed some, and I am sure she will reward you with your cliff jumping.
All right. Seems like fair trade to me. What's this bug sort of? They look like, I don't know, termites, like beetles, like.
They are big. Big shell, crusty shell on them.
They get pinchers.
They pinchers and they sting. Don't let them sting you.
Oh, okay. Anything venomous?
I not been affected myself, but they probably not feel too good. Some of them they eat up the metal.
That is strange to me. That is not like any bug I've ever known. These are things new to here, or have always been around
He's always
here?
been on the mount. They live in burrows. The big ones sting. The little red ones, the rouge ones, they just eat up the metal. They take it off and they eat it up. Makes it hard to accomplish any job here.
I can imagine. Terrible, terrible. No. Certain it would be no hardship for us to squash a few bugs on our way up the mountain, and then if that happens to get us free pass for cliff jumping, this sounds like excellent time to me.
Merci. Next time you come through, as you kill the bugs, there will be a tram. You won't have to walk the whole way up.
This would be excellent also. No reason why we cannot pitch in a little bit, don't you all think?
Let's exterminate.
Yeah,
Who are you gonna call?
we'll do it.
These assholes.
Yes.
All right, so you guys are going to attempt to summit the mountain, keeping an eye out for
Indeed.
bugs?
Indeed.
Keep a close eye out. Turn to Rish at some point and just be like, did we just agree to do the extermination for them only for them to have us tossed off the top of the cliff?
I think that was the agreement. Yeah.
Remy's so excited.
That sounds exhausting. Now I understand.
I'm already exhausted just agreeing to it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. This was a vacation.
Anything for the birthday boy, I suppose.
It's best thing of all to have all my Tavarishi here with.
Maybe only he has to jump off. We're good.
Honestly, that's fair. He's not going to make anybody join him jumping off the mountain. That
I'll
part is
watch.
for him. Y'all are welcome to watch.
We help to push.
There you go. Perfect. It's therapeutic.
So you are climbing the mountain. For passive perceptions.
Passive.
9, I think.
20.
13.
17.
Got a 20.
14.
Cool. Excellent, Remy. You hear a chittering, an uneasy chittering. You don't like the sound of that. And you also, 20, it's also like a rush of wind. Like you can hear wind from somewhere. It's not just the normal wind that's up on this mountain that you're halfway up. This is wind flowing from something.
Can you all hear that?
I don't think I like that.
Some sort of noise. Could be wings. Could be insects. Like we were warned about with the bugs. Everybody be on your guard. Be ready.
Can I walk over to Chuck's, and I'm gonna lean down and say, "You want to go? You want to go invisible?"
Yeah, I do.
I'll touch you and cast invisibility, and I'll
Hell
concentrate
yeah.
on that.
Let's see. Before we hit any kind of serious issues, I want y'all to make sure that you remember you have +3 on saving throws, so long as you stay within, like, I think it's 10, 15 feet, 10 feet maybe, of Remy. He's got an aura that gives you a boost on those. In addition to which, does he have thing?
Remy sounds like the type of person who will run in to fight. That sounds like a horrible idea to be within 10 feet of that.
Well, no, that is largely a last ditch thing. If you wind up on the front next to him, you're gonna want those extra
Yeah, that's
+3 on
true.
your saves.
Yeah.
I'm just saying. You shouldn't be there, but if you are, he'll keep you safe.
Do you like
What
stealth
he-
check, Kyle?
Yeah, go ahead. Give me a stealth check. With advantage because you're invisible.
Remy will also
I don't know if we
cast
want this kid invisible,
Sanctuary
honestly.
on our little urchin friend.
Ooh, nice.
Sanctuary for
24.
Okay.
this.
Ezra will summon one of his forest friends, a wildfire spirit, and this one will be a little lizard, like a little bearded dragon, and it will appear in a gout of flame that hopefully doesn't set anything on fire. Anything good on fire.
So you hear a rush of wind and you can hear some chittering. Where are you going from here?
Proceeding carefully along the road, with all eyes on swivels.
That wind is coming off to the right. You can't feel it. You can just hear that rushing sound.
Should we?
Probably not a bad idea to investigate. Does not seem like he's continuing on with road past this point. Should probably hitch up horses here. Do not want to get them or donkeys spooked unnecessarily. Make sure they are under good cover. So,
Can I cast minor illusion 30 feet out that direction and make it look like there's a slightly larger than normal metal bar just lying on the
tasty.
ground?
bait for a trap.
You can do that, yeah.
How big is a minor illusion do? Is it 5 foot?
5 by 5
Yeah, yeah.
cube.
Yeah.
Doesn't seem to get any sort of response.
Okay.
Good try.
Worth a shot.
What
Well-
is the party doing?
I am creeping.
Yeah, I mean, like, honestly, y'all aren't going to get much benefit from Remy's stealthing. What he can do is he can either provide distraction or rear guard most effectively.
Is Chuck's creeping with the group, or are you out scouting ahead?
No, I'm creeping with the group.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm gonna have my crossbow up, but I'm just looking for. I'm trying to keep any distance. I'm not moving forward unless somebody else is.
Well,
In that case, I think probably Remy will sort of take center point.
I'll follow right behind.
Let's
Let's just go. They're gonna come out when they come out.
All right.
Yeah, Ezra will join and stay in that aura.
So let me get stealth checks from everybody except Chuck's at this point.
All right.
If you are creeping, if it is your intention to not make noise.
I suppose.
Oh wait, no, I'm at disadvantage. So okay, yep, that's much more like it. 4?
17.
I don't know where my other dice.
So with that 4, I probably don't need the rest. There is a snapping of stick underfoot, and that chittering stops.
Oh.
And then starts back up again in a much more frantic manner.
Oh
cool.
boy.
I would love if everyone rolled for initiative.
That's what I thought. I have advantage on initiative rolls.
I step on the stick again.
On purpose this time. Oh wow.
All right, 20 and above.
22.
Okay. That's 22. 15 to 20.
19 for Lannis.
No. I had
Lannis
17.
17 for Rish. 10 to 15.
Ooh.
5 to 10.
Yeah, be roguing it up over here with a 9.
You got a 9, you said, Chucks?
Yep.
Right. And 5 for Kieran.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
All right. So
Stunning strike it.
We haven't started yet.
No, strike it.
skittering out of the underbrush, there are 3, probably, I would say, Chihuahua-sized bugs, as best you can tell.
Great.
Terrible.
Terrifying.
Ezra, you act first.
Are they all close enough to hit with a single spell?
They're probably within 10 feet of each other, yeah.
Perfect. Then I'll do Burning Hands at second, third level.
Okay,
how many
is that,
is
do I need to make a saving throw or
It is a saving throw.
dexterity, I assume?
Yep.
Okay. That is a 4, a 3, and a 19.
Well, one of those will do it.
Actually, it's it's a 7, a 6, a 7, and a 20. So I assume 2 of them fail and 1 of them succeeds because I forgot to add the dex modifier. Yeah.
8, 12, 17, 20 fire damage.
Pardon me.
Go ahead.
Channel Divinity, rebuke the violent. Immediately after an attacker within 30 feet deals damage with an attack against a creature other than you, you can use your reaction to force the attacker to make a wisdom saving throw DC 14. On failure, the attacker takes radiant damage equal to the damage it just dealt, or half on a success.
Hey, Mac, do me a favor. Let Josh deal his damage first.
So I do 22 damage to one of them, 20 damage to another, and then 10 damage to another.
Yeah, all 3 of them are crispy bugs now.
Well, then you didn't even need my help. You were just fine.
So yeah, there are 3 crispy husks of what used to be bugs of unusual size, and you can clearly see the entrance to what appears to be a cave, a tunnel. That is where that sound is coming from. Is the rushing of air out of what might be a cave system.
Is probably
How many-
Who wants to go spelunking?
I do.
Oh boy.
Remy just
What if
jumps
they're
on
full
in
of
there.
bugs?
Could you just
It's
like
probably
throw,
full of bugs. Is exactly where
just
they're
like
going.
throw a fireball down there, and then we don't have to go in.
That sounds
No.
bad, actually. Don't do
Honestly,
that.
especially now. Hang on. If these things have been taking anything back here to eat, anything that they have brought, which might be metal or combustible, could be bad.
Then they'd all be
Especially
gone.
since his construction stuff has been going on.
I mean, we could throw a fireball down there. I'm just saying.
I would prefer we leave that for last-ditch effort. First, let me go spelunking! It's my birthday!
Birthday
Remy's
spelunking
going
it
in!
is.
I
All
guess.
right, Remy is leading the way.
I'll follow.
Begrudgingly.
All behind.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so we're gonna keep the same initiative. We're gonna stay in initiative. But we are starting a new round, so Ezra will go first. You can go ahead and use an interaction to try and see anything in here.
Yeah, I think Ezra would he would produce flame and toss it into the hole just as a light source rather than trying to do damage.
Like a moat.
All right, as the tunnel lights up, you can see two more of those chihuahua-sized bugs and two similarly sized ones, but these have a more of a reddish tint to them. And they scatter in different directions, but those different directions all seem to be towards the entrance of the tunnel and towards you. Lannis, you're up.
Woo!
Pull out his crossbow and kind of quickly plop it up. He's like, I know it has been so long since we have had a chance to do this. Thank you. Period. It's your turn now. And he will aim at the closest bugs, and he will fire at whatever he can. It's 100-foot range. So if there's something I can shoot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Absolutely. These things are 40 foot off of you.
21 to hit.
21 hits.
Which would be 12 damage with the first shot. He does
And
get
that'll
2.
take that one out cleanly. There is a chihuahua-sized bug pinned to the floor with a crossbow quarrel through it.
Seeing that it's there, that he pins it perfectly, he's like, you're a little rusty. Let's try that again. He'll aim at the same dead one and fire at it again for a 28 to try to split his original arrow.
Instead of
I'm gonna go
killing
ahead
the
and
other
give it to you.
bug.
I don't.
And for 11 extra damage to the dead bug, please.
Wow.
Just splitting his original bolt. And he'll just like, much better. You adjust a couple quick dials and stuff. I'm feeling that. And he'll move back a little bit.
That was beautiful.
Just
Good
killed off
shot.
a generation of its
All right,
descendants.
Rish, you are up.
I'll go swing at this other bug.
Yeah.
All right.
Let's see. Plus 19 to hit.
19 will hit.
All right. Then numbers. Okay. So 11 bludgeoning damage to it.
That'll do it. There's another dead bug. This one is
squished.
These two little red ones, though. Rish, what are you wearing?
Oh, chainmail.
Cool.
Uh-huh.
They are making a beeline for you.
Nice.
The dead ones are?
No, the two little red ones.
Red ones.
Oh, red ones.
They're gonna come eat my outfit.
Yeah.
If one is close enough, I have my bonus action to swing at one of those as well.
Yeah, probably wouldn't have been. Well, if you use more movement, you could have swung at it on your turn. If you want to use more movement to
I will
close the distance.
happily go swing at a bug.
Cool.
Hell
Go ahead.
yeah.
Use this war priest thing.
Get it, girl.
That's 17 to hit.
That'll
Hell
hit.
yeah.
Nice.
It's another 11 bludgeoning damage.
All right. This thing
Splat.
doesn't look happy, but it is still moving. And both of these things are going to make attacks at you.
Let them.
One of them, the one you just hit, it seems really dazed and is going to miss entirely. The other one gets a 17 to hit.
No, I have an 18.
All right.
Request.
So it is, they will both miss. That will make it. Chucks, your turn, buddy.
Oh, okay. So there
are two
reds.
little red bugs.
2 bugs.
Right up on your buddy. Right up on your friend.
We're
Rich.
not doing really good at it, so.
Yeah. Chucks is just gonna stand back, like, and if anyone, well, I don't know if because I don't know the rules of invisibility in D&D. He stands back, kind of a little ways away, starts fiddling with his finger, like hits it once, and goes uninvisible. The sound of a horn blast goes off, and a spectral ram rams into the back of one of these bugs. Yeah! It is the loudest thing inside this cave.
Okay.
Nice.
That is
So much
not
for
what
stealth.
Smokey said this ring did.
What was that?
All right. Does this bug need to make a save of some sort, or are you making
I
an
need
attack
to
roll?
hit it. It's a +7 that I don't know how to do easily on D&D Beyond. Okay. We get out a D20.
Unleash it.
You. 17 to hit.
That will hit. Yes.
Okay. Does spectral? This is a question because I don't know what I'm doing. Does spectral ram combine with sneak attack?
I mean, it would
sneak
be a
attack needs to
surprise.
be a melee, a finesse, or ranged weapon attack.
Yeah.
So I don't know what spectral ram is, but I'm guessing it's a spell of some sort.
I did roll to hit and it was ranged.
It was a ranged spell attack, though, right?
Okay, I didn't know.
Not a
there was
weapon attack. It's got to be a ranged weapon attack or a finesse weapon attack.
Okay.
Rats.
Sorry.
Curses. He is a rogue in his day job, so.
14.
14 points of damage.
Mm-hmm.
That almost knocks out the one that I want to say Nyx.
No.
Sorry.
I'm not
Rish.
wearing the. There's no ice.
No, Rish.
I know.
Rish is so
The
much
one
more
that Rish
tired
already
than
hit,
Nyx.
that one is looking real rough. The other one looks to be in good shape, though. So that will mean that it is Kieran's turn.
Well, so we're down to one.
There are two of them. One of them looks real bad,
Gotcha.
and the other one looks like it hasn't been touched.
Well, gonna try to put that one out of its misery with my quarterstaff.
Smack.
Give it a smack.
Give it a good old smack.
That one.
Oh, buddy, come on. Nah.
I don't like this dice. This one's leaving.
Yeah, that one needs the dice jail.
Boo.
Boo.
But I do get 2 attacks, so
There you go.
that's also in that one.
What are you
Oh no!
What are you doing, man?
Roll
That's
the
like your
jitters out of
fourth nat
those
one
dice
tonight.
right now. You roll the jitters out of those dice. Do like
I've
20
got
different
max
rolls.
curse.
Roll, the only way to break
You
the
took it
curse.
upon yourself for Mac's birthday.
Yeah, somebody had to.
Thank you for doing this service for us, Gregory.
I can never repay this gift.
So,
Well,
yeah,
I guess
Kieran steps out
I
with a
do have
quarterstaff.
one more option.
All right.
Yeah,
Go ahead.
give.
I still have keys, so I guess I could try flurry of blows. Sweating.
You got this.
Ah,
Punch the bug.
punch the bug, please. I just want to punch the bug. Okay. So that would just be my unarmed strike. Okay, 15 hit.
15 does hit.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
All
And
right.
you're aiming for the one that was looked hurt already?
Yeah.
Yeah, that motherfucker's dead.
Good.
Back to the top of the round, Ezra, your turn.
Ezra is going to.
Have I
Sorry,
done
what?
anything?
I don't think you've gone.
Oh, what did you have on your
I had a 16.
16? How do I not have you on here? All right. Joe,
Oops.
sorry. You should have gone before.
You get a special birthday round.
Yeah, my bad.
Yeah. It's fine. We're playing fast and loose here. I don't care.
Yeah.
Y'all are handling this just
Oh.
fine. Let me
Yeah,
be real. Remy's
want to
proud of
play.
each and every one of you, and he sees the effort you are all putting in, and he's just wiping a tear. Y'all are great.
All right.
Y'all are doing
Remy,
such
go
a good
ahead.
job. I suppose I can assist a little bit. You do not need it, obviously, but I can try. Remy is going to bow up on whichever one of these things is closest.
There's only one left, so.
Only one left? Man, really? Then in that case, it's just going to be a straight up smackaroo with the Morning Star with my Divine Smite added in there for Diabolish. 17 on the dice, plus 7.
Yeah, that'll hit.
And for the first attack, that's gonna give me. Oh golly, this is gonna be good. 2d8, 3d8. I think that is at that level. Yes. Yeah. Yep. Plus 21 points of.
I think it's dead.
This thing's still going.
Oh wow.
Is your
Wrong
you're
book.
swinging a sword?
A Morning Star.
A Morning Star. Is it magical?
As a matter of fact, I thought I did pick him a magical one. Hang the fuck on. No, never mind. I did not. No, as a matter of fact, it is not a magical artifact.
All right. Upon having struck this bug, your Morning Star does 1 fewer damage than it normally would.
Terrible. Is it still dead?
It's not dead. It is still moving.
Terrible. Okay, well, he's got the 2 attacks in. Bonus. He cast that already. Nothing really left to queue up. So he's just kind of like going to move such that he keeps himself in between the last remaining bug and any given party member who's taken a hit or is maybe not prepared to fend off.
Nobody's been hit yet at all. So
that's sort of what it sounded like.
The most
to me,
damage
but-
that has occurred has been to your Morning Star.
Efficient exterminators.
So now we're at the top of the round, Ezra.
Ezra is going to throw a fire bolt, except it's a produce flame in there. Ooh. Does a 15 hit?
15 will hit.
11 fire damage.
Yeah, this thing is dead.
Yeah.
Toasted.
So you can tell from the produce flame glow sitting in the middle of this room that this tunnel passageway that you're in opens into what appears to be a larger chamber.
These seem like strange bugs.
A little
My Morning Star is all right,
decent weapon, but is not really designed for special damage against more advanced creatures, magical things. Did not feel quite so useful, did not feel quite so efficient as usual. But then again, they eat metal, so.
Here, just let me do something. I'm just gonna touch your sword real fast. I'll cast magic weapon on it.
Ooh.
So it's a magic weapon now. You get +1 bonus to attack and damage rolls. While I'm concentrating on it.
There you go.
Mine's not a magic weapon though, so still I'll have that. That's negative for mine.
I thought you did have a. I thought I looked at.
No, I did. I switched it out so that I could give Mac a birthday present.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I guess that means you're doing one fewer damage with your attacks.
I will keep track of that for us.
All right. You hear more chittering coming from what appears to be a larger chamber at the end of the hallway.
Well,
but wait, there's more.
In for copper, in for electrum. Let's go. Remy is ready to bow up on this place, and whatever needs doing to squish the queen, I guess, is probably the end result of this. We'll find out.
All right. Ezra, what is your dexterity modifier?
+3.
Okay. What is the tiebreaker after dexterity modifier?
Rollies.
So rules is written: if players tie, they get to choose. If a DM ties with themselves or with a player, the DM gets to choose.
Okay. Well, I'm going to say a much larger one of these bugs starts covering some distance across this floor. These ones have been Chihuahua size. This one is probably the size of a deer.
Oh, no.
And it skitters across the floor directly for, whoever walks through the door first, Remy, but doesn't quite make it there. Ezra, you're up.
From the other side of the door, I think he would cast Flaming Sphere at 3rd level next to the bug. And it needs to make a dexterity saving throw.
You got a natural 20.
Ooh.
Well, it will take half of the damage then.
Yeah.
All right.
Man.
Which is 7 already have. And Ezra will stand back.
All right. Lannis, you're up.
All right. Who's closest to the door at the moment? Sorry, as you say, it's a door or is it a chamber ahead of us?
It's just an open, like an archway over a chamber. Natural forming, opening into a much larger room from what you can tell.
Okay. Can I walk up and say I can touch Remy and Kieran with a touch spell?
Yeah.
Okay. I will cast. I'll walk up behind the two of you, and I'll say, "I'm very proud of you. Whatever you do here, just be yourself. Be strong. You've got this. Go!" And I will touch each of you and cast heroism on each of you.
Wow.
So you're imbued with bravery. For 1 minute, you can't be frightened, and you have 3 temporary hit points that renew every round. So you have 3 temporary now for each of you. That's at a level 2 spell level.
Thank you.
And then I will just move back, and I'll cast Bardic Inspiration on, or sorry, I'll use my Bardic Inspiration as part of that, as well as a bonus action on Remy.
Okay, excellent.
My
And what is your Bardic, guys? A D8?
A D8, that's right.
Okay. All right. Rish, you are up. There is a large bug shambling towards you that's just taken up. Looks a little pissed off because it got hit with some fire.
You
Little
know, can't blame it for being mad about that.
No, that's reasonable.
So I'm going to cast Spiritual Weapon and put it right next to it.
Okay.
Spiritual weapon.
Let me double check. I don't know if it starts on my turn or its turn. It is. I move it on my turn. Da, da, da.
Spiritual weapon, as the bonus action you cast it, you can
Attack at that moment. Beautiful. Then I will roll a die. 15 to hit.
It glances off its chitin exoskeleton.
Not a strong enough hammer. That's okay. It's still there. It chills. And then I will go up and swing at it then.
Yeah.
Spiritual hammer, not strong enough, guys.
Gotta use real hammer.
Use real hammer.
I have to kill fast.
That's much better. 21 to hit for that.
That'll hit. This thing takes a blow from this hammer. How much damage do you?
All right. Do you want me to subtract 1?
Please do, because your hammer is tainted.
Okay, so 7 bludgeoning damage then.
All right. This thing is still looking all right. However, somewhere... Nope, Remy, you're up.
Remy is basically gonna clip in probably next to... I'm sorry, brain farted. Whoever just went last.
Rish.
Thank you. In right up next to Rish, trying to triangulate with threats in the room. Makes an attack on whatever is closest to hand. I'm assuming there's a bug close by.
Yeah, it's still that big one.
Yeah, that's where we're going. So Remy is going to bow up on this thing with his Divine Smite, and we'll see what we can do with 2 attacks. Oops.
Don't forget you got that +1 from your magic weapon now.
That's true. Is it +1 to hit or +1 for damage?
It's both.
So you're back at normal for damage, but you're +1 to hit.
I see. Okay, excellent. Okay. All right, in that case then, one of them is going to hit. The other one is just a 13.
Hey, you get +10 to that. I'm going to use my reaction for Channel Divinity.
Ha
So it's a 23 to hit?
23.
All right. Yeah, so both of those hit.
Hell yeah. Okay, here we go with the Morning Star, and it comes.
Just see all the magical energy channeling into Remy here.
The first
point, just glowing and vibrating at this point.
Hero.
I love it so much. It's everything I know of them more. It's 19 points of damage altogether between divine and bludgeoning. No, piercing. Yeah.
Can I add one thing? It's a combat bardic inspiration die, so if you want, you can choose to use it as part of your damage if you want to use the 1d8 instead of to hit.
Why the fuck not?
If you feel like it.
I sure do. That's another 5 points of damage, folks.
Cool.
Nice.
This thing looks rough. It does not look good. But what looks even worse is the one that's about 3 times this size that comes down from the ceiling and drops right next to Rish and Remy. And
Let's
just seeing how you caused pain to its friend, it's going to reach out and make 2 attacks with these massive pedipalps or claws on the front of its on the front of its body and strikes at you, Remy, with a 22, and the other one misses badly with a natural 1.
Well, I mean, he is pretty dazzling right now. Lit up with all the glowing praise of his friends like he is.
So the 22 hits, I'm assuming?
It does indeed, yes. 22
All right.
does most certainly hit. He's a big guy. He's not that hard to miss. Just saying.
It'll do 10 points of damage.
Just tickle. Little tickle. You can do better.
As you say, you can do better. You hear more chittering from behind this thing towards the back of the chamber. And
Remy's just more excited the whole time. This is getting better all the time.
And four more of those little ones rush out, and from walls from the back of the chamber, and 2 more of those little red ones rush out. They don't quite have the movement to get to you, but they're closing in fast.
Woo!
So there is Remy and, just to recap, Remy and Rish standing just inside this room next to a badly damaged big bug, a very angry, even bigger bug, and there are 6 smaller bugs from the walls coming in towards the center.
Got it. Okay.
A lot of bugs.
They're probably 20 feet. All those little ones are about 20 feet off of both of you in various directions. So that is the situation when we get to Chuck's.
Woohoo!
Chucks is gonna dart in between Rish and Remy and try to take out the big bug, or not the
biggest
damaged bug,
Okay.
the damaged
The
bug.
damaged one.
Yeah.
Cool.
I was about to say, holy shit.
Buddy's
going
real
big or
fast.
going home.
Feeling
Oof.
real heavy.
13 to hit. Oh wait, I have advantage, right? No, I don't. I don't have advantage.
No, nothing is giving you advantage. So what kind of weapon do you have?
Dagger. It's magical though.
Yeah, but it's going to glance off of its exoskeleton, and this thing looks even more annoyed than it looked before.
Oh boy. Here we go.
Bug's got personality.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Certainly got something.
I'll point out that there should be plenty of shit you can do with your bonus action.
Is there? The rogue one's really specific.
You're a level 7 rogue, so you should have. Do you not have?
It's a dash, disengage, hide, use tool.
Yeah, dash or disengage, disengage would be something you could use in this situation to get out of the way.
I'll keep it. It's fine.
Okay. All right. That brings us to Kieran.
All right. So about that one that we're trying to kill.
Yeah, about the one we already damaged a lot.
Yeah.
What about this really big one right here?
Pinata. We'll sort the bigger one in a minute. Let's
okay.
see if we can hit that half dead one. I think 17 should hit.
17 is going to miss.
Ooh.
So you whack this thing with a quarterstaff, and it stumbles a little bit and just kind of looks at you.
Oh, hold on. Sorry. What about I forgot the plus. My quarterstaff. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Oops. It's okay. New sheet. It's always a little bit of a transition.
If it adds 1, it hits.
It does.
Okay.
Aha!
All right. Cool.
Hurts.
So you hit
Good.
you hit this thing with a quarterstaff. What sort of damage does it do?
That does. What are we looking at here? 11 damage.
Yep, that'll do it. So how do you take this thing out with your stick after somebody's been wailing on it with a morning star and a magic
imagine-
axe?
Pokes it.
I imagine it just makes the worst squelching sound.
All right. So this big deer-sized bug is dead. That leaves
Amazing.
a bison-sized bug immediately in front of you, and 6 other smaller bugs just crawling in from the walls. Do you still have things to do, Kieran?
I sure do. Got one more attack, so I'm gonna try to bonk it. Okay, yeah, 17 plus 7. That should hit, right?
Let me see. Sorry. 17 plus 7. Yeah, that hits.
Cool. Whew. 5 damage.
Cool. Yeah, it doesn't look like it noticed.
Great.
Mm.
I'm going to use a bonus action to patient defense because I'm scared.
What does that do?
So that allows me to take the dodge action
Oh, okay.
as a bonus action.
Cool. The first creature that was an initiative is dead, so that means it is Ezra's turn.
Ezra is going to do more fire.
Yes.
Which is unsurprising. He'll cast a Scorching Ray at 2nd level, and will attack.
Ray.
Squelching. Ew.
Squelching.
It's not time. It's not time for Big Daddy Fireball at the end of the night.
You know, yeah. I'll hit as much as I can of the
Why
bad guys with
not?
a fireball.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah, if
fun.
you aimed it the right way, you could probably get the big one, 2 of the little chihuahua-sized one, and 1 of the red ones in one fireball.
Do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So is that like the little ones on the right or the left or something like that?
If he aims it to the left or the right, then he'll get that side. There'll still be 2 little ones and 1 little red one that don't end up in the flame, but he wasn't going to be able to get them into the others anyway. So he's picking left or right and aiming carefully because he's got 3
So
friends
that
right up
is
in there.
Yeah.
Aim
a
carefully, please.
16 dex save.
16 dex save. All right.
Yes.
2 little ones will save, 2 little ones will miss, and the big one's gonna miss. But she's gonna use a legendary action to succeed that.
Uh-oh.
Well,
If she succeeds in hitting anybody, I have some actions that say things about that.
then
Reactions,
she's
that
going to the total damage was 30, so half for her, but she's going to take my extra fire damage, so she's going to take 19,
Okay.
and the rest will take 15 or 30 damage.
Nice.
All right. And
Oh, and I can send my fireball, my other fireball, my flaming sphere
Yeah.
at somebody
right.
else.
You have so many things that
they'll
look like
all
fireball
need to
but
take
aren't
a-
fireball.
Yeah.
all right. So
They'll
3 of
need to
those
make a dex save.
3 of those bugs disappear. But what did you say you were doing with your
I'll send the
flaming-
flaming sphere into another one of the small bugs.
cool? And it needs to make a dex save, you said?
Yeah.
A 17 for dex save.
Then it takes half of 11.
Cool. One of those little ones dies. Oh no, half of
Good.
11. No, still there, but it looks bad.
Haha. It looks real hurt. You hurt
Squish
his
it.
ears.
Enjoy my fire.
Yeah. Burn. Both an instruction and a commentary.
All right, Lannis, your turn.
All right. So there's one big one that's in the middle, and there's 2 off to one side, on one side or the other.
There's 3 off
3.
to the left side, whichever side
Okay.
that Asra did not fireball.
And one of them has been slightly injured.
Yes.
Okay. I will give my final inspiration. I will shout out to Remy. I'll just be like, this is all great. You're 42, so we're all here fighting. It's a great idea.
Is no better time to become closer as Tovarishi. And in battle, come on!
And you can use that for attack rolls, saving throws, ability checks, or you can use it for adding damage or as a reaction to mitigate damage from yourself as needed too. And then I will use my action to fire at the small little bug that's been hurt.
Okay.
Ooh, only a 13.
A 13 is not going to hit it.
Okay, I'll fire again.
Just glances a little wide and
15.
Not going to do it.
Okay. Nothing else. I'll move back like 10 feet and keep concentrating on that spell, heroism, on the other two. I'm done.
Okay. Rish, you're up. You got a giant fucking bug in your face.
Yeah. Gotta swing at it, you know?
You gotta.
I gotta swing at this giant bug. Okay. That's 17 on the die plus 7. So.
Yeah, that'll hit.
All right. And I'm going to use my Orcish Fury to do an extra die of damage.
Get it!
Fury.
Okay. So that's -1. So
Show them why you do not mess with cleric.
that's 14 bludgeoning damage for that. And then I will, I don't care about this spiritual weapon. It didn't do very well. So I will use my War Priest thing to swing again. Nope, that's a 10. 10 to hit.
10 does not hit.
Ooh.
Well, the one swing was really hard.
Yeah! Dang it.
And I look kind of proud about it, but also tired from that one swing.
You
All
are.
right, Remy, you're up.
All right. He's all right, Tavarish. I've got it from here. Take a little rest. Remy goes in to swing on this motherfucker. He's feeling good. He's ready. Let me see. No. First attack is going to whiff. That's only a 10. Oh, that's much better. That's a dirty 20 to hit.
That'll hit.
Excellent. So let's see here. We're going to be putting in Divine Smite. That's going to add on 2d8, and I'm going to have a d8 from my Bardic Inspo, and I'm going to have a d8 from my damage, and then let's see. I think that is 30 points of damage all told.
Ooh.
Yep, that's a lot of damage. This thing is looking rough. Not quite on its last leg yet, from what you can tell, but definitely bloodied. But it is bloodied and it is upset.
Oh boy.
Remy, you would have gained 3 temp hit points at the start of your turn too.
Noted. Thank you. I have added them. 3, yeah?
3.
Thank you. In which case, actually, you know what? If I use my Tavern Brawler grapple to try and grab hold of this thing and hold it in place, can I give everybody advantage on their attacks?
That's not how grapple works, though. Yeah, I got some stuff I want to fit in before we end. So yeah, go ahead. Let's
just make sure this thing dies.
We're already running late, and let's go ahead. You can grapple it.
Fair
make
enough.
an athletics check, please.
Yes! All right. Athletics. Here we go. Woo! Okay. That is 23.
Yeah, you somehow beat this thing. And it is grappled and can't move, and apparently now all your friends have advantage on it. But
I'm
it is
just
going
like pulling on its antenna. I am like pulling on its antenna to expose its weak point.
It is going to strike at you. It is going to strike at you, and it gets a 26 to hit.
It hits. Remy's fine with that.
Please make a strength saving throw.
Understood.
Godspeed.
That is 18.
Yeah, you succeed. You are not knocked prone. You are going to, however,
It's a lot of dice.
Interesting.
Why is there so many dice?
I mean, it's not too bad. You're going to take 16 points of damage.
Okay. All right. 16. I can do that.
That is the end of its turn. Chucks, you're up.
All right, we shank it. The big one.
The big
All right,
one.
shank it with advantage.
While my friend is holding it, could be considered. Thank goodness we have advantage. 23.
23 will hit. Make sure you put your sneak attack on there.
Yeah.
Just like I taught you, Chucks. Come on.
I hold him down and you shake him.
Whatever
Wait,
young
you guys
boy
have
needs to
been
learn.
practicing this?
You know,
21.
There's a combo. What?
all responsible gentlemen teach young boys how to do with sharp knives.
What was your damage roll?
Total of 21 for everything.
Cool.
Jesus.
All right, these little guys come skittering in. One of them, the little red one, is heading straight for Rish.
All right.
Come on.
And the other one is going to hit Remy, and the other one is going to attack Chucks. So here's the one going for Rish. 18 to hit.
Yeah.
All right. Is your armor magical?
I don't believe so. Let me try.
Uh-oh.
No.
Your
Regular.
Your AC drops by 1.
So sad.
No. These
And
fuckers.
the one going for Remy jumps up on you, but can't seem to find a place to bite or to strike. The one going for Chucks is an 18 hit. Nathan?
Yes. Totally does. I didn't know.
18 hits?
Yes, it does.
Okay. Cool. You're going to take 6 points of damage.
So,
All right.
did you give me damage or just the AC drop?
I think I just gave you the AC drop here. If you want some damage, take some fucking damage.
No, give me some damage.
Yeah.
Don't leave
Yeah,
me.
you got
Hurt me more, DM.
8 points of damage.
Thank you. I have to make my concentration check. God.
Come on. Jeez.
You're good. That's 18.
Nice.
Yeah, no, you're fine.
You get to keep your fancy sword.
Yeah, excellent. Morningstar, much better this way. Thank you.
Kieran, you're up. There are bugs swarming all over your friends, and you have a real rough-looking big bug in your face.
Oof. Well,
Remy is pinning this big bug in place.
then I'm going to also shank it with my quarterstaff.
Okay.
Yeah, quarterstaffs are good for
Which you've
shanking.
been furiously whittling.
Yes. 27.
Grab and shank.
What's that?
27 to hit.
Oh, yeah, that hits.
Hell yeah. Get it.
Nice, nice.
Come on,
All right, that'll take 11 damage with that.
How do you want to do this?
Hey!
I just,
Come on, you monk.
Just
guess I'm just gonna
shakes.
give it a really. I'm gonna shank it with my staff.
Yeah, gonna do some flips and shake it with my staff.
All right. There's still 3 little guys floating around, bothering.
Yeah. Wow. Squish those.
I take it an 11's not gonna hit him.
No, 11's not going to hit them. They see their queen fall and they skitter off and crawl into holes in the wall.
Ah, cool. Not our problem.
Yeah. These from somebody give me a nature check.
Not me.
Mine's in -1. Somebody else.
Oh my god, we're also.
I rolled an 18, so I got 20.
Okay.
Hey.
Cool.
Nice.
You, Ezra, would know that insects like this tend to only the queen breeds. So these little ones that have been running around here, you killed the queen. This colony is probably done. It's going to move on somewhere else.
Cool.
Good. I think that's it. But just to be safe, I think Ezra's going to just send some little gouts of fire down all the little passages he finds. Just
Good plan.
Holy shit. Smoke
smells
them
like
out.
stinky burnt bug in here.
Oh, gross. Nasty.
Hmm.
Whew. There's nothing else to fight. Come on. Oh, I was just getting going. Oh, well.
Nothing left.
I think your mic went out again.
Oops.
Just
I wonder how the rest monsters taste.
that's right there.
Mike's still out.
Probably tastes like blood.
Please tell me you don't have any feelings, because this will be a very bad idea.
Nah, I don't have any feelings. I was thinking about casting heat metal on them, but
Oh.
I don't think it would work.
Yes,
Better yet?
Probably.
Yep, you're back.
There you are.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. So, barely scratched. The party bandages whatever minor wounds that they have, and they trek their way up the remainder of the mountain.
Anybody who needs lay on hands, Remy's got 30 points worth to divvy up.
Think we're good.
Heal yourself first,
Yeah, if you'll say so. Remy is like, he's not quite bloodied. It's like he got knocked around some, but he's mostly fine. He's in good spirits. He's like, oh, okay. He'll pop like 10 on himself. So.
There you go.
All right. Do you have any closing RP you would like to do between one another?
I'm okay to continue if y'all are. Get up that mountain. Get that
Up the
reward.
mountain.
All right.
It's time
Atop
to
Mount
jump on.
MacGuffin is a colorfully painted shack with flags and ribbons of every color blowing in the breeze, surrounded by wildflowers which are somehow still in bloom at this altitude at this time of year. A pretty halfling woman named Nora plays a mandolin and sings pretty songs. She offers each player a woven ring of dyed grass. Each ring contains one casting of Featherfall. This adventure isn't over yet. On the itinerary, somewhere down the line, jousting camp, whitewater rafting, gambling at the Great Oasis, watching the migration of the Pugapegacorns, and visiting Remy's mom's at a beachside resort that was booked in advance where they will meet you. You stand atop Mount MacGuffin, which you know to be the Continental Divide. Looking towards the west, towards the sunset, all of the rivers on the other side flow to a sea that you've never seen. And while you've come a long way to get here, you know that much of your journey is still ahead. All you need to do now is take that next step.
I am ready if you are, Tovarishi.
Let's. I guess
We're doing this.
if we all just
Do you
fall off at
trust
the same
me?
time.
Come on, you trust
We can
me,
die
right?
together.
We all hold
hold
hands.
hands and jump into the
Yeah.
whatever together.
Yeah.
Whatever's down
Fall off the mountain.
3.
They'll make arrangements for your
Ah!
animals to get down the
Oh
other
dear.
side. Don't worry.
No!
Thank God.
I'll jump.
Can you misspell a magic ring? And he jumps.
Oh no.
Off we go.
Is that feather tall?
Oh my God.
Tall feather.
Oh, nobody used any of the fucking garbage ass spells.
Or was it pleather fall?
Oh no. Oh no.
Yeah, that is the end of the story for now.
Falling off the cliffs of mental illness and into the next adventure.
What are friends
Well-
for?
Cliffs of Insanity is copyrighted, so
That it is. We haven't filed the serial numbers off.
I would like to I'd like to request that briefly while we were watching Remy approach the giant, while we were all together without Remy, that I might have gotten the group to sing a very nervous, kind of scared, it's shaking because we're watching this thing happening, but a little quiet happy birthday into a stone so that we can give it as a gift to Remy to like hear at any time in the future that Remy would like. But it's like we're all like happy birthday to you, kind of like just doing like
Oh my
this kind of thing.
The pig!
I interjected with
Squealing.
That's right.
The sound of the pig squealing.
I don't know if that's how it works, but that'll be fun.
I will threshold this as long as I live. This is wonderful.
The trigger
Oh,
sound, of course, is that you
spasibo.
have to scream like you do as you jump off the mountain to trigger the happy birthday at any point in the future.
Perfect. Perfect. Should be no trouble at all. Oh, this needs
Oh
up.
God.
Well, that is the end of our adventure for now. I want to thank all of you for joining me and all of you out there for joining us while we tell you a story, as Jillian always says. If you want to see some wonderful dice, Katie's going to be putting up a link in the description. They were not responsible for those nat ones that were
They were
rolled
not.
over and over again. Those were
These
somebody
were
else's
just fine.
garbage dice.
Yes. These dice know how to
we-
tell a story. They only roll nat ones when it means something.
We will be back next week, as far as I know, with On the Backs of Gods, our regularly scheduled program, the regular cast, and our thankfully regular DM.
Thank
We
you so
will-
much, Kyle.
Be here on
Yeah.
Twitch at 8/7 Central. Join us then. We hope to see you. You can watch all of our replays at youtube.com/the Dice Cult. Big thank you to all my players today. Big thank you to Nathan for what he does every week. And I was so glad that Scott was able to join us. I will
Yeah.
be happy when Jillian is back and I can go back to being one of the people that makes the problems instead of being the one that has to figure out on the fly what to do about it.
It was a great time. Thanks, Kyle.
All
Lots of fun.
Yeah, seriously.
Everybody take good night. Take care. Good night. And we will see you soon.
Good night.
Thanks for joining us, cultists.
Happy birthday!
Yeah.